Hold on.
Maaga Egawa Jacob Fry, Doke Magalada, Minneapolis. Damaan, Shaabka Somali Kai Yamid, Mogadishu, Garowe, Hargeisa, Bosaso, Bedabo, Kismayo, Wahan Rabah, In An Idin Shego, Minneapolis, Wa Magaladina, Wahad Kamid Tihin, Laf Dabarka.
Welcome to the Leering Center, where learning is option. Never mind. Welcome to the Trap House.
What the hell? This is my meth cook setup. Look, this is the tin foil, the spoon with the white rock on it.
And we're going to go ahead and go live because I'm not going to get hit for playing Enter Sandman again and have to clip it out of my intro.
Yeah, as soon as you went live and that started playing, I'm like, oh, we're going to try this again, huh? Yeah, I know what they're still going to hit you. It doesn't matter if you do it like Tuesday and then try to get away with it on Thursday. Right. The bot's still going to get you.
Look, no. So a few seconds in, that's it. We're live. Hi, everybody. How are you? Happy New Year. Time to get the show on the road. But yeah, that's what happens when you get everything done last minute, except remember to update the intro. Oops. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good, safe, and enjoyable New Year's. Ours was pretty uneventful. Went to bed like literally a minute and a half after New Year. Like I was half asleep right up until, and then it's like, oh yeah, Happy New Year with the wife, all that, and then just to bed.
You need to come to Georgia where we can shoot guns and buy fireworks.
Oh, no. We had, my neighbors were illegally shooting off fireworks that were like right outside my window. So they sound like huge freaking bombs going off. And that went on for like an hour.
Walmart sells fireworks happily.
Nice.
So, I went to my parents' house and then just kind of played Star Wars: The Old Republic for the entire day. Yeah.
Yesterday, I spent the entire thing just babysitting my nephew with my family. And then today, I spent the entire day just playing video games from like 8 different consoles with our current house guest.
No, but,
nice.
I did, besides shoot guns, played Among Us with the Jeremy Worming ball group.
A little bit of that.
I dropped in on that for a few minutes. So I lurked in there and watched a little bit. That looked like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first year we didn't go anywhere. We didn't even drive up to like the mall by the strip or near the airport to watch the fireworks outside. We just stayed the fuck home. Like really nothing special, but I was fine with this year. Fucking fine with that.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing any of you guys ever done on a New Year's Eve? Any wild stories over the years?
I shot myself in the face with a bottle rocket one time.
Okay. This wasn't regular New Year's. This was Ethiopian New Year's, which happens to be September 11th.
Pray tell.
So because I used to work in a multicultural center, and they brought the Ethiopian soccer. This guy brought the whole Ethiopian soccer team and all this type of shit. And the guy's like, the guy who was running the event, and I was there. He's like, he walked me to the bar. He goes, whatever he wants, get him whatever he wants. So I'm downing like every Ethiopian beer and shit that they had.
God.
And
is that good? Ethiopian beer?
Oh hell yeah! But
okay.
I also like Ethiopian honey wine. It's called Tej. It's their traditional honey wine. That motherfucker is fucking delicious. But I totally got fucking wasted right by the end of the night. After every cleanup, so it's like okay, I had like a 35-minute drive home. I decided to drive anyway. And drinking, driving, I'm not advocating for that, folks. But
bad idea.
Here's why I was fine driving home, even though it took me a long time to get home. It was because the alcohol was just running through me. That like I'm pulling over myself like every 5 to 10 minutes to go piss at the side of the road and shit. So like
You thought it was every 5 to 10 minutes. It was actually every 1 to 5 seconds.
Yeah. So like I'm literally like pissing the side of the road, hop in my car, start driving. Oh shit, I gotta I hope I don't piss myself. I need to take a piss again. And so that was like my whole ride home. And yeah, that was that New Year's.
That's epic.
Okay, now this was an Ethiopian. Was this still on December 31st, or do they have like their own?
So
date?
Their calendar, theirs is September 11th, and I think, and you know how we're like 2026 right now, or whatever.
Yeah,
they're not even 2025. They're still like 20. I forget what year it is right now.
I thought that you were gonna say like 1953.
Yeah.
No.
So
we're stuck in 2026 and they're stuck in 2002 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're a couple years back when it comes to like the year range or whatever.
That checks out. That seems like fair.
Have you guys been seeing the trend on X lately of women going, Grok, put me in a bikini?
Yes, I have.
I have not.
Yeah.
Enlighten me.
Yeah, well, I got something, and I don't know. You'll either enjoy this or you will cry yourself to sleep.
Well, what kind of? Oh, Jesus Christ!
No,
never mind.
I saw that.
Dude, nice.
Responding.
Applause to Grok for the Trail of Tears.
Not. Damn, Elon is packing, son.
Elon responded to it too.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so I found out. So according to the Ethiopian calendar, it's 2018.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So 2 years after everything went to shit.
That'd be funny if they start going to shit and like all of a sudden they're getting like it. They're getting refugees from Somalia themselves and India and shit.
On them, man.
like they're doing perfectly fine, and it's like, oh shit. Why is this year just started to suck?
You get Somalians. Everybody's getting Somalians.
Because they're right near them too. They're next door to Somalia as well.
Well, they're fun.
They are. Oh man, Somalia. Now,
fucking Somalia, man.
I do have Somalian friends, so hold on, so I can say that.
You know, I'm
here's
sure
the
everyone.
Thing, though. Go ahead.
So I hope everyone saw this because it was by far the funniest thing in Somalia. Did you guys hear about the UN ambassador, the Somalian ambassador to the UN, and the news that he was in?
No, I did not.
So
yes, do you already have the link?
I've got an article pulled up. I can share it.
Yeah, go ahead and share it. This is funny because we're actually going to get to this. You just got.
I think this is the funniest part about it. Honestly, I think this is the funniest thing about it. So this beautiful man right here. What's his name? Kadir. I think no.
Kadir.
Abukar, the Hir
Muhammad Durka Jihad.
This lovely man right here with the perfect physiognomy owns a daycare in America.
Mm-hmm.
In Ohio. He has never once lived in Ohio. He has no occupation or no residence in Ohio, but he owns a random daycare in it.
Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, there is a large portion of the people doing this Somali yeah. Now, but here's the thing. They're just a what's the right way to use this term? They're a symptom, not the cause. The cause is the Democratic Party. They've enabled this and they are the ones. Yeah, I know, Arza. I'm trying to use one of those things you say all the time about certain things. If you want to correct me on the correct.
I don't know. There seems to be a pattern.
Right. Because the Democrats themselves are the ones. Why do you think they're going? CNN is not even looking at the possibility of any of this fraud being true. Their prime objective is to discredit Nick Surley, paint this as a MAGA conspiracy, and go after the people that are exposing this as if they are just harassing innocent minority groups out of sheer racism and hate.
Well, I mean,
nothing else.
CNN is basically bought and paid for by the Democrats, so of course they're not.
Yes, exactly. And here's the thing: a lot of people were wondering where all the money came from. What was it? Right after Tim Walz got put on Kamala's ticket, they went and fundraised and made like some obscene amount of money in less than 24 or 48 hours, something like that. Well, now we know, but we've always known where the money's coming from. We always knew that it wasn't coming from anywhere, genuine.
Well, part of the problem, even outside of Democrats and stuff, right? It is fucking taxes. We're not supposed to be paying taxes the whole entire time. The only reason why the reason why we're doing taxes after World War I and World War II, which was only supposed to be temporary for the war effort, is because it became a money laundering scheme for whoever gets in power in the government. They get their pockets filled. Outside
100%.
It's if for me the real problem, like, I don't care who's in office, it could be Republican, Democrat, or whatever. As long as we have taxes going on, there's money laundering with the taxes to where they're going from and going to, whether it's Pakistani gender studies, how fucking lizards run on fucking treadmills. Like, how many times are we gonna have to hear about this motherfucking shit? Like,
can you turn a rat trans?
Yeah. And I guarantee you, the reason why they're probably overseas, most of these, is like, okay, say there was the Pakistani gender studies, for instance, right? The only reason why it's in Pakistan, and why don't they just, how come they're not funding gender studies here, even though I disagree with that? The reason why is because it's far away, out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
We don't see and hear about it. Whoever runs and controls that shit, and they're probably not even running anything. They're just collecting
because if you know anything about money laundering, that's how you do it. It can't just be one nearby sort. You have to spread that out and get a good, safe distance from it before it circles back to where you want it to actually end up.
Yeah. And like, whether we have Trump in office, not in office, it could be JD Vance, until we solve this, get rid of this fucking tax problem. Anyone can come to this country, start their fucking nonprofit LLC, and get government grants and assistance for the most bullshit of services that benefit no one and nobody.
We need
we need no service at all.
Party.
With the a lot of the daycare is just one of the many aspects of the actual Somali fraud going on right now. It's healthcare. They're doing assisted living and different programs. They're billing people's Medicaid that have never had any of their services whatsoever. And they're going like, why is my insurance being billed for all this shit? Like hundreds of dollars a day. I've never had this service, like mental health services. There's where they're supposed to go and visit the elderly and take care of them and like check in on them every day. Never once do they. And again, no office, no phone number, and a skeleton website.
Well, no, they have a phone number. It's Tim Walz's phone number.
Yeah, one of them.
That was, one of them. Another one of them that I saw, the phone number was literally area code 012-345-6789.
Money and so David D donated you a tip. He's asking if you get it.
What? Hold on. Where'd that happen?
I don't see anything.
Probably over on your if it's a tip.
Oh, then it must be okay. I'm having problems with OBS. So that's where it would normally tell me about the Stream Elements tip jar. Thank you very much, David D.
You can open Stream Elements on the site or right now. And sorry that my cat's too loud.
That's okay. My kitten was just talking a little bit ago.
He had something to say.
He's probably mad about the fucking tax money laundering as well too.
He said
okay. Now, before we started, Vagabond, you had a point you wanted to make. Do you happen to still have that on your mind?
What were we talking about when I brought up that point?
That's the neat part. I don't remember.
Well, okay, here's the thing. These Somalians are supposedly so good at money laundering and whatnot. You think they'd be able to wash their fucking hair?
Well,
and they're not good at it.
I think
they're just
the problem is not really the Somalians. I don't remember whatever point I made backstage before, or whatever, or what I was talking about. Mm-hmm. But the same thing, it could be any group of people. It's just they happen to find a fucking loophole in the system that wherein like, okay, basically any of us could have done this shit too if we knew about it. Honestly, it's just now it's just they just done it on a mass scale. I'm sure other groups out there are doing it. It's just they're doing it on a large mass operation and sending that money probably back to Somalia somewhere. But yeah, I don't remember what the hell I was talking about earlier anyway.
Okay, well, if you happen to remember as we go on. So this is a good time to start like, all right, everything's been exposed. We've already known about a lot of this. Doge uncovered a lot. So here we are. It's a new year. And more importantly, it's the first year of the Trump administration. Who here feels pretty satisfied with the 1 year outcome?
I don't. I'm gonna raise my hand to that. There's only so much he could do. Like people think the president has like the magic powers.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not holding him accountable. Not as much.
I'm holding his picks accountable.
Yeah,
which is his fault.
If you look, well, not entirely.
If he doesn't, if there's no action that happens, let's say with Pam Bondi, which I'm done with. If he doesn't remove her and put someone else in her place, then I will hold it against Trump. But up to this point, I'm not going to hold her actions against Trump.
Right. And I think the two number one problems right now that we have are John Thune and Mike Johnson. Fuck those guys. We've never had an administration, Republican, Democrat, or otherwise, that would not, their own party are the ones blocking the president's agenda.
Yeah.
Every fucking step of the way. They're blocking everything. This is, it's obvious. And if nothing happens before the midterms, when do the midterms start? Emerald, you'd probably know the answer to that.
Midterms essentially really kind of already have started, but we're going to start seeing the primaries occur about March, in between March to July, with the final nominee for each party selected, and then in November will be the first Thursday of November will be first Tuesday in November will be the midterm elections.
Okay. So that's a very short amount of time to get the SAVE Act, anything to safeguard the elections, putting anything into law, because if they don't do any of these minimal things, it's going to be close. If we don't lose both, we're definitely going to lose one.
Okay. I think I remember now. Because I think Emerald was talking about citizens taking things in their own hands.
The bubble effect.
Yeah. So I was gonna say I don't think that's gonna happen. The only reason why is we got too many folks on the left side of the aisle that are willing participants to allow shit to happen. So until those people are willing to change their mind, we're gonna keep being in the same situations and only relying on, who can we vote into office this year? And hopefully we can, and basically we're on hopes and wishes no matter what right now.
Yeah.
Until the left starts feeling their pain and suffering of their own actions. Like biggest example is the all the businesses leaving California or whatever. California's just losing another gun manufacturer right now because of the laws that are being put in place. Until they get more food deserts, honestly, we need more businesses and shit to leave and just starve them out. And that's until they start feeling those effects, nothing's really going to change. And cities that are like mixed, both blue and red, that are doing somewhat okay, even though crime rate might be high and stuff. There's too many people on the left that are willing to allow things to happen. The only examples right now of that are having major changes is the Gen Alpha and Z that were like, my pronouns are Z, Zer, Zem, or demigod, demisexual, and all those. Now that they have to enter the workforce, you're seeing them go back to using the regular pronouns, or they won't be able to feed themselves.
Yeah, because they got out there to experience the real world, and not Twitter.
But I think, and I think more what Emerald's getting to is just the more that we see that laws don't matter, nothing does matter. And we were talking about this before, and I wanted to wait till the show to bring it up. Anytime anybody mentions, well, the whole Civil War thing, well, we're already in one. Because
everyone drank. The Tim Pool word has been said.
Yes, just like the Tim Pool thing. But he's actually right. If you go back to when the Civil War was first taking place and there were already some casualties, everybody said, well, those are just one-off situations. We're not really in a civil war because that couldn't happen.
And that's where Tim argues, and I kind of agree with him that
we already are.
We've already had the conflict start.
Well, okay, I don't think it's a civil war, but I do think we are at a war, but it's on a more global scale. You go ahead.
Yeah, it's more of a globalized civil war because it's definitely a right versus left, countries having their own national identity versus globalism.
Yeah,
globalism, leftism.
This is much more of a civil war than the actual American Civil War. The American Civil War wasn't a civil war; it was a war of succession. They were trying to secede from the
northern
nation.
aggression. It was the war of northern aggression.
I'm not saying that. No, but this one is an actual war of ideological difference. Before it was a war of people who wanted to have two different nations. This is a war of people who want to cleanse half of the nation. And it's already started. They're killing people. They're assaulting people. And they are letting criminals get out into the street who will then kill more people who they want to be killed. And to your point, Vagabond, I think that the more aggressive the left is, the more people on the left who refuse to allow action to happen, actually, the more likely we are to start having vigilante justice. It won't be long before people decide to shut down these daycare centers on their own.
And now, real quick,
nothing happens.
Oh, go ahead, Emerald. Sorry,
I was going to say, especially if nothing happens.
That's right. What is going to be the tipping point before people on the right start taking up arms and doing something? Because right now the violence is 100% one directional.
Yes.
Well, I think the thing is a lot of our cities are too intermixed of like left and right. So like, okay, you got your downtown areas, there's more like blue, whatever. Because because even here where I'm at in Georgia, right? So what was it? These kids were doing the 3 a.m. kick someone's door in thing or whatever, and the guy shot like 3 of the kids because he thought his home was being invaded. Good. Since that was in a blue city, the guy gets if it happened in my county, it probably nothing. He'd still be walking right now, right? But since it happened in a blue county, he gets arrested and all that type of nonsense. So even if he gets proven innocent, his whole livelihood's gone. But because you're not working, so you probably lost your job. You're not paying your bills because you're in jail and all this other stuff. I think I think a lot of cities are too mixed up to where it's a lot of small scale stuff is going to happen until both sides feel it equally. I don't see anything happening, but other than that, I don't see anything because right now we don't have mass forms of people like, okay, we don't care what the police say, or the police is not joining in with the civilians or whatever. They're still kind of just doing their jobs as much as you might like police or not. Like I got family members who are all law enforcement, but at the end of the day, most of them are still just doing their job. So
that's by design, because a lot of what they've done to prevent civil uprising is basically made everyone a debt slave. So it's like you can't go against the government because you have no other way to feed yourself and your family. If you you said, okay, Vagabond, so it's the big cities, the blue city is the only area where they would prosecute a guy for defending himself in his home legally. And put him in jail, while all the surrounding red areas are completely against that. Nothing would have happened. If this had happened back a couple hundred years ago, word would have got out, and every farmer, every guy in those little surrounding areas would have marched their asses into that town, demanded his release.
Yeah.
The difference also is that, I mean, we're supposed to be melting pot. Other when immigrants come in legally, they join what already exists and becomes part of the culture that already exists. But we're having balkanization of immigrants occurring. That's why you have Little Vietnam, you've got Chinatown, you have Somali. Well, I can't call it Somaliland because that's actually a place. The American Somalia in Soda, and
soon to be a la Manhattan.
Yeah. And then in addition to that is that we're also have very bad balkanization of political views. You're having areas become hyper blue or hyper red.
Yeah. But going back to my point about the violence on the left, and they are completely fine with it. It is justified always and no matter what. Here's a good example. This guy doesn't even know who Nick Shirley is. He's just goes with what little he does know, and this is what he has to say about it.
Okay, this punk ass little fucking racist white dude in Minneapolis, Nick, whoever the fuck he is. TikTok. Y'all know what you're doing well. Fuck that dude.
What?
To be perfectly
There's
honest,
not really any
as a threat. That's a threat.
You don't just because he didn't flat out say exactly what he was meaning, you know exactly what he means. Oh, TikTok, keep doing that. It's a reference to Charlie Kirk, and it's a reference to him getting shot for doing what he's doing, which he's doing no more than exposing fraud.
What 60 Minutes used to do.
Yeah. Well, no, remember, to the left, what we're doing, what conservatives are doing is we are effectively creating fraud into the universe.
No.
If we did not expose the fraud, there would be no fraud.
It just wouldn't exist.
We are literally inventing the fraud by exposing it. It's literally a lack of object permanence. If I go like this, I'm actually gone.
Yeah. You can't see me, I can't see you.
Well, the other problem too, a lot of these folks that have moved here are not trying to assimilate. That's the other problem.
No.
So
they actively hate it here. They hate here and what here stands for.
Right.
They came here with the intention of making here more like where they came from, while also coming here and demanding the all of the benefits and handouts.
Yeah, and the part of the problem is since we've been given handouts and benefits for such a long time, it's the norm to like, okay, let me go to America, and go to the United States and see what we can get for ourselves, as opposed to, oh, I like the values and stuff that America has, and let me move there compared to my country.
No. And then the second generation, their kids that come here get free college, their parents get free housing, free food, pretty much free everything. Like, what do they even need the child care for when they pay one or both parents to stay home anyway? While making the benefits for a naturalized citizen of any race extremely hard to get.
Yeah. And so like I don't believe in food stamps, but I think in order to get it, you have to be a naturalized United States citizen.
Yep.
As like before, like I want it completely gone, but if the lesser of two evils is, okay, you have to be a naturalized citizen. You can't just move here and just get all these fucking benefits. You're not a fucking refugee. You're or like that. You're not an actual asylum seeker. You just got here and decided, you deserve everything that we're paying for.
Yeah, the difference,
and I agree with that.
And the difference, though, in what you're saying, Vagabond, is the fact that the Biden administration gave a lot of them protected status.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the ones that have recently came, so that actually then technically qualifies them for all of these services. That's why it shouldn't even be. I don't even think refugees should be allowed to get it.
It shouldn't be a thing.
I think it should be only American citizens. And then if we, out of the kindness of our hearts, out of our own pockets that we have donated we have voluntarily, voluntarily by gunpoint, given our money from our paychecks to the federal government. If they want to give government cheese out for refugees, that's fine, but they don't get a card.
Well, yeah, I agree with you there. Plus,
refugees should be put in a camp and made to get MREs until it's safe for them to go back home.
I agree with that stance.
Actually, I wouldn't even give them MREs.
I don't mean a camp as in a bad camp, or not the kind of camp you advocate for, sir.
To piggyback off of Iron, okay, you can't just refugee or not, right? You just can't come here for free. You can work for your the stuff, right?
Yes,
so maybe. Okay, like for instance, a lot of prisons, they got license plate factories and shit, right? I'm sure there's some type of small thing that we could produce here. And
that's a big problem, Vagabond. That's a big fucking problem because that's turning it into an industrialized asset where it will never go away. In fact, the problem would get so much worse because companies, we rely on this. Who's going to make our this and that? Who's going to pick the crops? It's just a new form of creating slavery. So I'm 100% against that.
Maybe
if you want to create if you want to create, hey, the black guy's chimed in. And what does he have to say? Slavery, not that bad when you think about it. No,
I like this guy. Vagabond's gonna be old. Sure,
I get what you're saying. Fuck. Where I feel about for even U.S. citizenship, and it goes back to Starship Troopers. Service equals guaranteed citizenship. You need to give to the government. You need to give not to the government, but to the country in some form or fashion.
Yes,
to be able to get the full benefits of being a citizen.
Yeah.
I would even give citizenship. Okay, you want resources of food and shelter. That's not free. Either you pay for it with your money that you brought over. If you didn't bring any foreign money yourself to bring in the United States economy, then go fucking work. Too bad. I'm sorry.
And the thing is a lot of the ones that are under protective status because they're refugees that the government has opened up and said, yes, we will accept refugees from Cuba because we do that in Cuba. Cuba is automatic. They step foot, automatic protected status. Well, if that's the case,
you know what? Hey, I don't really mind
automatic work. Then it's an automatic work permit,
dude. I've known a lot of Cubans throughout my life. They are all fucking based as fuck, hardworking.
Well, the thing is,
dude, go to a Cuban's house for a 4th of July party. Fucking hell, it's like red, white, and blue. Fucking
there's
Uncle Sam puked all over.
There's
everything.
a Cuban
It's
YouTube
fantastic.
channel that there's a guy that escaped Cuba and he has a YouTube channel with his wife and he goes around experiencing all the things he can't experience in Cuba. And basically his YouTube channel is not political at all, but he's like, oh, I'm gonna go shoot guns for the first time. So his wife takes him to a gun range. His wife takes him to a Bass Pro Shop, and he's just enamored by everything in there, that stuff that he can't do and stuff like that. And after the whole he did make a YouTube video, him and his wife, about the how the left is like trying to force their ideology on folks. And he's like, look, I'm from Cuba, and I can tell you this shit is a fucking bad idea with all the socialism nonsense.
Right.
And I escaped socialism to come here, and you guys are trying to bring that here.
It wasn't real socialism, vagabond.
Yeah. But in saying that too, a lot of the Cubans that come here, what they do, they don't just they appreciate coming here, they go find jobs and they contribute into the society that they're in.
Yep.
And I'll say this also for the actual citizens here in the United States, there are welfare and stuff. All they have to do is look, or each month they have to put down that they were looking for a job.
That used to be how it was.
Yeah.
Now, and see, this is where everybody in our group has different opinions. We're definitely not an echo chamber. That's been just visit a group chat. So I'm probably one of the more liberal leaning ones of the group, because I do think those social programs are fine when used appropriately and within limit. I don't think that there's any reason for us to have any homeless veterans on the street. We need services to rehabilitate drug addicts, get everybody off the fucking street. Families that are suffering. Some people have disability, can't work. There's always going to be fraud with those programs, and you have to know how to weed it out. But they should only be here for American citizens.
Well, see, I would argue there's enough charities out there that there are fraud charities, right? But there's enough good people out there that are willing to donate to good causes. There's no reason why we should have taxes to funnel for these nonprofits to be like.
That's true. The nonprofits shouldn't be involved in any way, shape, or form. There needs to be very cut and dry programs. This is just what I think. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, and I understand their points completely. And in fact, I agree with a lot of them. That's just where I stand. But let's say hi to the chat real quick before I forget again. First in, we got Diana Gordon here. What is up? How are you doing tonight? Who else do we got? We got David D, who also sent me a donation over on Stream Element. I do appreciate it, man. I think I found it there. Who else we got? We got Jason. What up, Jason? Happy New Year, buddy. Hope you had a good one. I think we got everybody. Emily Kruger, happy New Year, and you are the master of quiz. I don't care what David D says. Then we've got MSK. So what is sex with women gonna happen?
We'll get some as soon as you do, my guy. You do it first, and I'll get right on it.
Yeah, stop having sex with men and go find a woman, bud.
Okay, right. Is this a bet we're making? Like we're putting money on Arza versus MSK?
Shit.
Arza probably pull some chicks.
To be clear, the difference between MSK and I is only one of the two is trying, and it's not me.
Yeah. I don't know. MSK had like this Mexican chick on stream one time. I don't know what happened to her, but
it was a hostage situation going on.
No, like there was I was on stream with him and she was like washing clothes at like a laundromat or going to get some food or some shit. MSK, you need to go get her number or do what you got to do.
And do you do it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
MSK knows who I'm talking about.
All right. Times has announced their man of the year. Oh, I'm sorry. Retard of the Lear.
Oh man,
he looks like he looks like a poor man's Bilbo Baggins.
But I do want to back to
Bilbo Baggins.
So like okay, so you got Black Rifle Coffee, right? They hire as much as I don't agree with the company, but they do hire veterans. And then you have the guy Heavy Duty Country, and he works with another coffee company that also raise money for vets. There's just with like the vet spirit, there's a lot of things where people are willing to donate. But
here's the question, Vagabond. Those are great programs, and I'm not discrediting them at all. Has it solved the overwhelming problem of homeless veterans in the country?
Okay. Here, a lot of people are going to hate me for this take too. So the homelessness problem, I don't think we're ever going to solve that, and I don't think it's just because
not solve, no, but we could definitely make some progress with it.
Well, I get the sentiment. It's the same thing with the Nickelodeon star kid right now, right? From Nipsey Classified. A lot of these people are on drugs that are homeless, and the problem is until they actually want help, like the other co-star that was Cookie got the guy a hotel room, guy trashes up the hotel room, finds the guy back on the street smoking crack again and shit.
Ding ding though, that's where the problem is. Until they decide, we have to take that ability away from these people. Once you're like this, you've forfeited your right to decide, your right to freedom. We have to bring asylums back. They have to be forced. And because, and a lot of vets are the same way. If they're struggling with substance and PTSD issues, I'm talking about the real PTSD, not like a guy came on to a 19-year-old at a bar that she shouldn't have been at to the first place, and now she feels violated and has PTSD
because my father wouldn't call me a she, her.
Right. A certain friend of ours has PTSD over some mean words in a group chat. You know who I'm talking about if you're watching.
Well, I mean, the pronoun the pronoun crew can go to asylums as well.
Well, here's the issue. I've been.
Could you imagine these motherfuckers in straitjackets? It is ma'am. It is ma'am.
The man, the pink straitjacket.
Now,
with the
joking aside, I think voluntary homelessness and drug addiction, mental health issues, all of that, because we know now these people, that Nickelodeon star, yeah, it's a tragic story, but what could be more tragic is the next time we hear about him is because he either got himself killed or he caused the death of someone else. We know this happens. Just like the guy that stabbed the Ukrainian girl on the bus that should never have been out on the street to begin with. Yeah, you can be as angry as him all you want. It's the fucking system that I'm angry at.
Remember, mercy of the guilty is a punishment upon the innocent. If you do not treat those who are guilty and those who are mentally ill as such, you are setting them up in a position where they can go out and harm as many other people as possible. But if you give them the help, if you give them what they need, you minimize that. And my job is stuck. I work for Medicaid, basically. My job is now working for a company who works for Medicaid. We're not allowed to investigate fraud. My job is to make, so my job requires investigating or like helping those with disabilities and making sure they're actually disabled. But if they're not disabled, I can't do anything about it. If they aren't disabled enough to get the waiver, I can't do anything about it.
Jesus Christ.
I do want to argue a little bit iron on it. I think because here's the other problem outside of the insane asylum thing, right? Mm-hmm. Another reason why these guys like being homeless is because they're getting a stuff to let them live comfortably being homeless.
Yes.
So free cell phone. We have to
take all of that away. The only thing you get for free is a fucking room and a place that'll rehabilitate you until you're ready to go rejoin society. That's it. The money needs to go to that instead of the fucking California giving out crack pipes and needles to stop, infections and whatnot. Any food service, phone service, money being given to them, all cut off. Also make it a crime for anybody to give willingly money to a homeless person that you see on the street. Nope. That's a crime too. They see the homeless person and the person giving them money, arrest them both. And the money, it should be going into the facility to rehabilitate people and get them off the street, period. That's where I stand. It's not compassionate to let, no matter if it's somebody who just is leeching off the system because they're fine being dirty, gross, homeless, as long as they're getting enough free shit to make them happy and live outside the grid. Yeah, guess what, asshole? That's a crime. You're not allowed to do that. Or a mentally ill drug addict that's a danger to himself and others. Guess what? You're off. Now, the facilities need to be ran properly, not like the ones Geraldo fucking got shut down in the 70s. They need to be run properly, humanely, and with the right intentions and with a whole lot of fucking oversight to make sure there's nothing getting by any of them.
You don't think some of these fuckers don't need electroshock therapy?
And one of the most retarded parts about this, because
just saying,
the people who I work with legitimately need to be in an asylum. They are a danger to themselves and to those around them. But so many of my coworkers are so afraid of the idea of asylums because they can't help but attach asylums of today. They can't conceive of an idea that an asylum today would be different than the asylums from 100 years ago. They can't process the thought that we could humanely run an asylum.
Yeah.
They think of the asylum from that game.
Fuck, dude. The asylums, if we ran today, if we got rid of all the waste, fraud, and abuse with taxes, put all that money into improving society here at home, those societies would be so fucking good. You'd be having to make sure the wrong people weren't trying to get in for the wrong reason. There's nothing wrong with you. I know your job sucks, but go the fuck home. You're not getting in.
I'm fairly.
They would be that good.
You'd only need half of that money that you save from waste, fraud, and abuse. You wouldn't need all of it. Because it's just out of control. I mean, because it's not the American Somalia there in the Midwest. It's popping up in Ohio, Washington State. Guarantee you it's happening in California, New York.
Oh, no. The next one to look out for is Massachusetts.
Yes.
Yeah.
You already said Washington State. Didn't you have one from your neck of the woods, Emerald?
Most of it so far looks to be over Federal Way, over by Olympia, which is in the state capital, and the Seattle, Tacoma area.
That's not surprising.
And I guarantee you it's happening down in Oregon, around Portland as well.
Oh, fuck, Theo's there. Why didn't we have him like, dude, why aren't you going and like knocking on doors?
And the thing is it's been very stealth because you've been hearing about the raids of ICE in other blue states. Washington's been very under the radar, but it's been going on in the Tri-Cities area. And that is near more of the Oregon border, but that is a very high concentration of illegals in the state.
Yeah.
They have been a lot of ICE raids, but no one's hearing about the raids in Washington.
Well, and it's funny how it's all so connected. Everything from illegal mass immigration, this kind of fraud, where the money's going, where it ends up, and how, even I think it's all connected from that to the fraud to even the paid protesters. Nick Sorda was identifying the same group of protesters they're at a different protest in a different state every week, like several months of the year.
Yeah.
That just proves that's their full-time job. Nick Sorda's full-time job is doing the investigation of this shit. So that's why he's there. They're there. If they're there protesting, if 1 minute they're in fucking Detroit protesting ICE and the next minute they're in DC and then they're in New York, this is their job.
And you see the mainstream media, and I got to confirm it, but I'm seeing information that even Fox has been kind of trying to downplay what Nick had found and had investigated on. The thing is, Nick is just reporting. There is a guy that in the videos he's traveling with who's been researching this and showing the fraud for 10 years.
Yep. And nobody's doing anything about it. The fucking Republicans are still trying to push this a new bill in. It was Rand Paul that actually blasted it out for more money, like over $5 million for a new wave of immigrants to get full benefits, to get brought. They're not even here yet.
Well, the thing is, they don't want to solve the problem. And the reason why is as if there's still a problem outside of the blue side, right? Because they want votes to keep getting in. If you imagine if we got rid of taxes and just solved all this right away, then what's the point of voting for another Republican or Democrat or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing with instead of treating the problem like in a hospital, so you keep the person on the shit for as long as you can, right, and you keep getting money. Because the thing is, the government officials are overpaid, and as long as there's an incentive to keep being in office, they're not going to try to solve anything.
Exactly. You beat me to it. That's exactly what I was going to say is what if we solved all the got everything fixed really quickly, then the next thing that the people start looking at, why are we giving you so much money? Why do you have such high salaries when you work maybe 2 to 3 days a week, if that, paid vacations, longer vacation stints than any other profession,
Yeah, like for
in
instance,
the country.
You think anyone, if they were, most of them were serious about solving the problem, why are we getting these bills that are like thousands of pages and they get them like 8 hours before they vote on it to go through the like 1,000 pages and shit? 2-point font or some shit.
I mean, to put it simply, we need to start investigating and calling what it is. Treason.
Yeah.
This is a cold war. It is a quiet war. This is something that needs to be investigated, and people need to be given the constitutionally declared punishment for treason. It must be done.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm so glad that's where you were going with that, because I never know with you, Arza.
The way that I see it is we should give them two options. One, you can be tried for treason, or will you give us Somalia because we basically paid for the country.
That's brilliant. No, I like that. We've already paid for it.
All of you, including the liberals, get to move there.
Mm-hmm.
And we will ensure that every country puts a significantly high tariff on you, specifically. We are your only trade partners, and you will be raked over the coals until you pay back every cent.
Yes. A blue-eyed Scorpio, great point. Too many people have Stockholm syndrome. They side with the conqueror. Yes. And this is by design, and it actually didn't take that long for them to just beat in the messaging from like one generation to the next to get that installed. Well, we're on stolen land anyway. No one is illegal. And all the messaging. Yeah. Goddamn right. We need to start bring colonizing back again. You know, if we're
save the world.
Here's the thing: if we're paying to protect other countries, what are we getting out of it? Well, we should get
we should get a portion of your
I
land.
guess if you want us to come save your ass, well, I guess you're part of.
That'd be fucked.
You're part of the club now.
Imagine us going to save the Ukrainians from the Russians, only for the Ukrainians to give up their land to us instead.
No, you bring this up, but it unfortunately, because of our own stupidity when it comes to the Fed, and what we've done of selling 100%. Our debt, we've sold essentially land to China. They could come in and say, your debt's overpaid, so we're taking Arizona.
Yes.
We're taking California. And you're going to give it to us.
It was just a few years ago that was a legitimate fear people had would happen.
And it still
just a few years ago
happen. And come in and say, no. We're calling your debt to the table. You either repay your entitled debt to us, or you need to give us part of your country.
Yeah. And that is a legitimate fucking concern. And that's one that we never should have been. We never had to be in. This was done willingly.
Yeah, but the rich need to pay their fair share so that we can overspend and then be in huge debts and endless wars and leave then the countries to just be taken over by the enemies that we were just there to fight. I mean, that's the same thing we did with Vietnam too. We never should have. The more and more I learn about Vietnam, the more and more I'm going, every single one of the politicians, this is to blame for Vietnam.
Well, according to the anime I watch, according to the anime I watch, called Blood, the Last Vampire, the Vietnam War was actually to stop these vampire hybrids called Coraptorin. That only the blood of fire.
Vagabond.
How has he been
this is not Rogues Gallery. This is not. I swear it's not hentai. This is my professional news commentary show.
How has he gotten laid and I have not?
I was just
she didn't get diva. Damn it.
Arzo, what was your point? I swear to God, if it's comparing something to anime.
It was definitely not going to be comparing something to anime. My point was going to be, have you considered that maybe we deserve this because we were a little bit mean one time?
Yeah, no.
Don't you know? Come on, 200 years ago, 4% of your population owned a couple of people who were sold by the other guys' nationals. And so because you own 4% of your population owned a couple of big black men, you now have to let them have anything they desire. But hey, at least you get all the BBC porn.
Well, honestly, hey, you know what? It wasn't it was the Democrats that killed the original reparations that they had in place after the Civil War. So there's that too. Okay. Let's see what Blue-Eyed Scorpio. I looked into it about 3 months or so ago. If we took every dollar from the billionaires, it wouldn't even cover medical for 2 years for the nation. Then we'd have no billionaires left. Exactly. You know what's worse than 2 years of 2 years of medical care for the nation? Not having billionaires in this country. That's a bigger fucking problem than that.
You know what I want to do now?
Yeah, the whole tax the rich bullshit. It's such a,
again, I don't believe in taxes, but I want to do this for the memes. I want to, if Asan is ever near anywhere I'm at, I want a shirt that says "Tax the Poor," and and photobomb
great. It has to be that same like long fucking weird looking shirt where it's all written sideways. Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Oh,
hey,
man.
we should start selling that on our merch store. Tax the Poor shirts. I love it.
You think I'll get in trouble if I like Photoshop Hasan's face on the shirts?
I don't know, but it's worth the risk.
So I'm gonna think about it. Don't steal my idea, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell it.
Oh man,
Theo might.
I do have something from Trump.
Yeah, bring it up.
Bring the volume. I'm about to bring the volume down just a little bit.
Trump pardoned the biggest healthcare fraud person in U.S. history. Yeah, that's true. That's a problem.
And they said AI can't be used for good things.
So I'm starting to feel like JD Vance is going to get a lot more accomplished if we can even get him into office.
If we can. Okay.
Well,
So
not if he doesn't start taking Ozempic and hitting the gym 7 times a week. Good lord!
Oh,
as we learned from that looks Maxer, he'd rather blow Gavin. I mean, vote for Gavin over JD Vance.
If
JD's obese,
if you ever
not.
needed more proof that they're a fucking psyop, don't vote for the midterms. And by the way, JD Vance, who's currently the most popular politician, when they ranked it in the country, he's more popular than Trump right now.
I don't doubt it.
Using AI, I watch a couple political channels that do the maps, and one of them recently took the most likely candidates, which is Newsom against Vance.
Yeah.
Laid the scenario out using AI. And remember, a lot of these AIs are not right wing. Just pull the data out. Which ones do you think? And JD, at this point, currently, JD wins.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have 3 years.
Let's see. He leans into the meme thing. He's more aggressive than Trump in a lot of ways, actually. He doesn't have the stigma that Trump has yet. Now, Trump doesn't deserve the stigma he has because a lot of it's just bullshit. But that's Trump why they're trying so hard in the psyop. Well, Gavin's prettier.
And that's how they got Castro's son in Canada. But one thing to also keep in mind too is what they could do, and whether it would help or not. Trump could go for 2 more years, then bow out his last year. So JD goes in, runs, and now he's the incumbent and running as an incumbent.
Yeah.
Gavin looks like
you want to game the system. That's one way to do it because.
Real quick, remember Signalgate with JD's messages? I do remember Signalgate. I remember it was pretty much a nothing burger, wasn't it? Who remembers that? Emerald, do you remember that a little more than I do?
I remember.
Not particularly the ins and outs of that one.
Yeah, I think it did make him look good. I don't think you're being sarcastic there, so I think you're right.
No. I believe it did. I mean, they tried. The left and mainstream media really tried to make it seem like this was a really big scandal, and then the stuff that got leaked ended up making him actually look better. And it was the same with, I believe, Marco as well was in there.
I never thought I'd like Marco.
That's why it's believed that the ticket potentially will be Vance Rubio.
Yeah, and I never thought I'd like him because he is way too much of a politician. That's another thing that JD has going for him that same as Trump, neither one of them have that overly like polished, I'm a politician bullshit going for him. You know,
I think it's going to be closer than we think it is. Like,
it is.
Cause as much as we look at like Twitter and stuff, if you go on Facebook, it's like, it's the complete opposite. Right. So I think the problem is you still got a ton of people on the left that are fucking retarded.
Yes. Blue-eyed Scorpio. Gavin is a perfect politician. He's a handsome, soulless android or lizard person, plucked right out of a movie. That is the thing, dude. I can't believe Gavin Newsom's a real person. He seems like the sleazy, evil politician from an 80s action movie that gets shot out a fucking window at the end. He will fuck everybody with zero care, all for the cause. Yes, 100%. Student of God. I hope they pick Gavin because the far left don't like him. Him going on with Charlie Kirk doing a 180 on woke really hit them hard. That's true, but they're so tribal. I think they'll come out in numbers no matter who the candidate is with the far left.
Remember, the left doesn't have values. The left has values they oppose.
Well, also too, the saying "vote blue no matter who" is there for a reason.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%. But we're definitely they're starting early, and they're actually very smart about it, getting all the weird messaging out right now, going after Vance almost more than Trump. So they need to get on it. They need to start. The only one who seems to be kind of pushing back and making some waves is again JD Vance. He needs to get out front and center a lot more than he has been, though.
I think it's partially an uphill battle. Because you also got so you got the folks who are like, well, JD Vance married a Indian woman or whatever. So you got that. So then you're gonna have folks on the right who are like, well, what about these immigrants here and blah blah blah. Because then remember too, wasn't it not so long ago where you had Elon Musk and Trump saying, oh, we can bring over folks from India to replace America. So I think stuff like that kind of hurt a little bit. So I think it's going to be a close race for whatever.
He's gonna have to pick being opposed to the visa thing hard.
Yep.
At least he's going to have to come down on that hard to get past, because he's also really good friends with Vivek, his wife being Indian, and people that are actually going to hold that. The fact that him being married to an Indian, that part is really obnoxious, and that's whatever. But it will be an issue in some people's heads, that part too. So he's just going to have to come out and be very strong, have a strong stance on it right off the bat and not waver on it. And if he flip-flops, then we're cooked. Like if he gets elected and then flip-flops, that will be that'll be the nail in the coffin. Like, okay, nope, couldn't trust you.
The issue is though, I mean, I haven't seen Vance do anything.
Okay, I have an interview with Jesse Waters interviewing Vance.
All right,
well, no, he does interviews, he does press, but I've not seen him actually do anything.
Because he's the VP. That really overall, again, the VP's job is to be there as a backup to the president, and by and large, the VP really doesn't normally do a whole lot.
Yeah.
They can do something, but it's not within their charge because they're just the VP. The person who still has to approve everything is the president. The VP can't do anything.
Well, just to play
really all he can do is basically be a mouthpiece and do interviews and try to get people on board and explain the agenda and why it's good versus why it's bad.
Well, to be devil's advocate for a little bit, I think there is a little credence to what Arz is saying, because remember, the Laughing Hyena was getting backlash for not doing a lot of stuff either.
The difference is if Trump actually comes out and designates him in charge of something, then that's different. He's actually giving that power and authority to do something. That's what happened with Kamala, is that she was actually by Biden handed the border. And that's when she didn't, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, but do people on the left know that though?
No, of course not.
No, people on the right don't know that either. They're like, well, why is the vice president doing anything? Like, what the fuck's he supposed to do? He's supposed to go out there and get the message out. He's just supposed to be an amplifier. Oh, you can hit play.
Okay.
The militant transgender movement, is that a domestic terrorist threat?
if you are encouraging people to commit acts of violence against the United States government or against your fellow Americans, absolutely, you're involved in a terrorist movement. I don't know enough about that particular organization, but what you increasingly see, Jesse, is you see people in the trans community and other members of the far left who are saying they are so threatened by negative rhetoric that they must take arms and attack people. If your movement is telling you to commit acts of violence against people for speaking words that you don't like, number one, you're evil. And number two, you are engaged in a terrorist movement. And that's part of what we have to root out in the White House. And this is very important, Jesse. I've talked to a lot of people about this. I've talked to, Stephen Miller probably 7 times in the past 2 days. We are working very hard to ensure that the funding networks for left-wing violence, that the radicalization networks for left-wing violence, that if you encourage or fund your fellow Americans or anybody else to commit acts of violence because you disagree with political speech, you are going to be treated like a terrorist organization, and we're going to go after you.
I'm glad we have transparency. We need transparency.
There you go. Now, what his job right now should be, talking to Arza or anybody who just doesn't know what he should be doing right now, because this is, let's just be honest, this is Trump's last term. Him actually fighting and getting another term, yeah, it's awesome in thought, and it'd be the perfect fuck you after everything that happened. I don't think that's realistic. It's probably not going to happen. So JD Vance's job needs to be pretty much campaigning. He needs to be doing town halls and needs to be out there and just fucking engaging with people as much as possible, especially people in the kind of center, because he is a good candidate for that center, like undecided category. People that are starting to kind of wake up to like, well, this is just bullshit. They're just asking us to just go along with crazy bullshit no matter what. And we're starting to see it more and more. New York, a whole bunch of people they're not only moving from New York, they're also never voting for Democrats at all ever again.
All right.
So that's kind of what needs to happen now.
It would definitely be the smart thing to do. I mean, get your voice heard before all the big, elections start coming up. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Right. Now, this is where I want to go back to the 2026 predictions. We're coming up on the midterms. Do you think there's even a shot in hell that Mike Johnson or John Thune are going to actually get anything in place to protect the midterm elections?
No.
The SAVE Act's right there. It's been sitting on their desk forever, and they won't do anything with it. I think they're actively against it.
Well, we already know there's a shadow op that wants this entire country destroyed, so I wouldn't be surprised.
They want to go back to the status quo where it's professional wrestling. The Republicans are just there to act appalled and, well, we don't want this to go, at least not this quick. Everything's just slow down. What are you doing?
I'll say wrestling has more integrity.
I would too, by a lot.
But I don't think it's just the United States though. I think it's a bigger, because we got I know we're looking just at our problem, but I think what's connected is we're also seeing in other countries as well, where it's like, just look at the UK with their censorship laws and stuff. Basically the government's just gaining control of that, and as much as I know people in the chat are like, all against porn and shit or whatever, these folks are willing to give up their rights in order for the protection of children, quote unquote, and for safety, when you should just be better parents and see what your parents are doing on
that's why I agree with you on this 100%, Vagabond, because they're looking at it only from the morality angle and from what they emotionally feel about the subject matter. They're not looking at it like from the angle of like guns, because it's the same thing.
Answer
what they want. Go ahead.
Well, to answer his question, will Minnesota flip? No. The only way it can flip is unless there's a national law that is passed regulating federal elections, not state elections. Federal. They must meet and have to do these guidelines. That's the only way that there is a possibility of it flipping. Otherwise, the corruption is going to continue in blue states such as Washington, Oregon, California, Minnesota.
Well, even in the red states. Okay, Georgia is not a purple state. I'm gonna just say that now. Then they just uncover all the election fraud shit again for Georgia. What's going to be done about that?
The SAVE Act. All they got to do is fucking do the SAVE Act and we're good. At least better. But they won't even touch it. Okay. I knew I was going to ruffle some feathers being about the porn thing. No, it's not. I see what you mean, but what I'm talking about is just, okay. I thought you were talking about that part. If you're talking about that part with what me and Vagabond were talking about, I just mean it's a Trojan horse for government control.
Yep. Yeah, because he's responding to the question, will Minnesota flip? And then Drunken the same.
Okay, no, I think he was responding to what we were talking about. Yeah.
Oh, well, the thing is like, okay, if it's about the porn thing, because like, there are parental controls out there, but in order for the internet is basically you should have the freedom to kind of go wherever you want, as long as it's nothing like egregious.
But why are they going after the just internet control as opposed to going after the actual producers of the pornography itself and putting it's like,
it's not about the porn either.
Well, because that would be anti-Semitic.
Well, even at the UK right now, right? So you can get like, what was the guy got arrested just for taking pictures in the United States for shooting guns, whatever. Yeah. So now, because then if you allow this shit to happen, right? What's stopping the government going, well, in order to protect kids, you can't talk about blah, blah, blah subject, which we're seeing in the UK.
We are seeing in the UK.
New Zealand,
and
Australia.
It's getting closer and closer to full social credit score.
Yeah, but there's topics right now that folks in the UK and Australia are not allowed to talk about because they're deemed not safe.
Right. And in Australia right now, since the Bondi Beach shooting, more police have visited people posting angry, naughty words online or things that could be deemed Islamophobic or this and that they've gone after, and investigated.
Not only
people celebrating the attack, people that could have had some minimal involvement in the attack. We're not going to look at that. That might be.
Well, not only that, okay, how many leaks outside of the government too, right? How many leaks have there been on certain websites and stuff? And now you're asking these same websites that can barely keep their security in order to have a file of your your ID, address, phone number, and everything associated for you to log into that website. And if that gets hacked, then you're willingly just giving away your identity, or you're forced to, in order just to go on Facebook or some bullshit.
Again, the real problem, the face of
liberal white
of all of our problems. This is what has got us to where we are. This chick right here.
Important documentation.
Looks like a
enrollment of the
face
children,
mask.
and also employee documentation that was gone.
Oh, she wants everybody to see just how appalled she is by all the. Oh, she's so ashamed. So ashamed.
What a brave and stunning woman.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Crazy to think we could go to jail in the near future if we end up posting something like that.
That's the one thing. That's why I'm trying not to be too critical of Trump, the administration, everything. Because right now, though this is actually more Elon than Trump, if Kamala Harris had gotten elected, that would be the case 100%.
Oh, we'd all be in jail.
They would be censoring and prosecuting and going after everyone that dissents. What up, Von Coleman? How you doing this evening, buddy?
Doing tired, so I don't think I'll stay too long, but I wanted to pop by at least for a little bit. And man, This morning I was like, oh, you know what? Everything seems to be going wrong. I wake up, okay, we have a communist in the greatest city in the world. This isn't good. But you know what? At least I like the Stranger Things finale. And then some time passed, and I thought about it, and I'm like, that's a plot hole. That's
you
a
like
plot
the
hole.
Stranger Things
Hold
finale?
on. Then I started to think about it because it's very good at emotionally. It ends. It ties a nice little bow. And then I was looking more at the present that the bow is on, and I'm like, this is kind of a shitty gift, actually.
No shit.
Bro, that's such a propaganda. Fun and laugh.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not a Goryper, so could be more embarrassing.
Well, at least you got that going for you, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Yet.
So this is this is kind of a who said yet? Arza.
The coping has begun.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what. If I ever start falling for like, well, I've already had enough like closeted gay men take their swings at me. I don't need Nick Fuentes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Okay. Your student God. Are you talking about for the IDs to log in online?
I believe he is. Dude. This is a great conversation though to be had. We could kill a whole show just on debating that, that's a great topic.
Well, okay, I don't see
more
the slippery slope
on
of not
freedoms.
asking for the IDs to log into the internet.
Yeah, how about we just don't restrict our freedoms at all because fuck the government?
Yeah. So this happened New Year's Eve. I believe I don't know what she's somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, you found it too. Germany. They from the clip that I saw, it's German. And if you look at the messaging down the corner, that's German.
Okay. So her goal was to go out New Year's Eve and prove to the world and everyone else that it's just as safe for women as it's ever been in Germany because diversity is our strength and acceptance, it always wins. Let's see how it works out for her.
Mit Handschuhe auf. Besser ist das. Au! Au! Fuck! Au! Ich habe immer was abbekommen. Ich habe immer was gegen den Kopf bekommen. Au!
For those that didn't catch, she got hit in the head with a rock.
Der schreibt, wir hätten mir das nicht gemacht.
And again.
Wait, where is she at?
Schon wieder, Alter.
Germany.
So are people just pelting her with rocks?
Yes, because this is an area where she's the only woman there. It's a primarily Islamic area.
Dude, these people are they voted for this in New York, knowing what happened there. Like I'm done talking. Like, here's the thing. I'm not.
I pointed that out earlier.
I'm so fucking, and I've known this even like someone who I was talking with about potentially working with. I see they unfollowed me, but it's someone who was like I know people will they'll go ballistic over politics. And I'm kind of just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like there's going to be lives at stake. Imagine rocks is going to get upscaled. Yeah. It's not even about, and again, I've always been someone who's not super, this is a point where it's like, people are dying now. It is at that level where it's going to encroach on every aspect of your life and you're not going to be able to turn a blind eye to it. And
well, because they do the same thing. It's every time they go into a very accepting, primarily Christian nation. This happened in the Middle East. I want to say, was it Lebanon? Back in the Lebanon. 50s and 60s, they claimed refugee status, or they just needed to, be brought in. They bring them in. Then they wanted to make sure, well, now there's so many of them. They need to just have their own voice. So we're going to allow them to have a place in parliament. We're going to allow them to put up mosques so that they feel accepted as well, because we're accepting of religions and all of till eventually they overpopulated. And this was a woman who now lives in the United States. She's a little bit older, but she grew up during this situation. And then she realized all of a sudden they didn't go to church anymore. They couldn't celebrate Christmas because they had checkpoints, and they knew if people were out driving around during Christmas, this group of Islamic vigilantes would stop the cars, check IDs, and if they suspected them of being Christians, assassinate the entire family on the spot. It's a fully Islamic state now, and has been. And It used to have a booming economy. Everything was on the up and up for this country. Now it's like primitive. It's like the fucking Stone Ages. This is what they do everywhere they fucking go. Yeah. And if it's not racist or fucking, there's nothing wrong with pointing it out. It's it's a political ideology. I wouldn't even call it religious.
No, it's a political ideology because, I mean, their entire book is literally based around killing Jews and Christians. So I can probably imagine why that's another good reason why people were such up in arms about Mamdani, like getting sworn in using the Quran. It's like, motherfucker, that entire book is literally just is literally just a how-to instruction on killing Jews and fucking Christians. Like it's stupid. And the thing is, I think it was Vaughn or somebody here that pointed out they voted for this. They wanted this.
Yes.
And now that they see it's that and now that this shit's going on, now they want to try and backpedal it. It's
no,
like,
they don't. No, they don't.
Remember,
Nate, these people are so brainwashed. They watched like you don't understand the level of stupid and delusional and evil.
We haven't got to the best part of this video. Yes, hold on. The best part of this video, I think it's in this one. So then I'm going to find it real quick. Okay. She makes a response video to this.
What?
I want you to guess what her response video consists of.
And remember, it's like I said at the beginning,
blaming herself and not blaming the community that
blaming
she was
racists for making racist comments on the video.
Ding fucking ding. Von Coleman won the prize. According to streamer Cush Kitty, who was attacked twice on New Year's Eve, Twitter is to blame because it was misrepresenting her. So she blames herself and she blames Twitter for being mean to these poor people. We just didn't understand. You know,
it literally took 2 rocks to the face. It was like
100% suicidal empathy is to blame. In New York, they would rather vote in their own death so that they can feel proud and virtuous of themselves than acknowledge what the problem is. That's what happened in this other country I was just fucking talking about.
And it's like, you know what? At a certain point, like, especially with my background and everything, like, I know people that voted for him. Like, how it's hard to not take that personally. It really, I'm trying really hard. I have friends that I'm like, and they're just, they genuinely, I'm like, how do I not take it personally?
Well, especially
I try
after what
hard.
you and your family went through. Yeah.
They don't care. They do not care.
No.
They can look me in the eyes and say they still think Mamdani is a good. They do not care. That's why I'm so disillusioned. They do not care.
Yeah. It's exactly like what I said with the fraud stuff. The Democrats and liberals, they don't blame the cultures doing it. They blame the conservatives because the moment we comment on it, it now becomes real. It is not real until we comment on it and point it out.
This is a good one. Iranian communist, female communist. Look at her. She looks like she could be a college student in 2025. But this is 1979 after they brought Khomeini, who I can never say his name, into power. He immediately massacred and exiled all communists. Then they made all women, including obvious feminists like this one, second-class citizens.
So we're gonna have a class. So everyone, class, listen. It's Khomeini. It would the full name is Khomeini.
Khomeini. Okay. Khomeini. He was a. Fuck.
Yeah, there's a part in front of, and there's a part in front of it. That's actually his last name.
Mm-hmm.
It just kills me. How could you be so fucking brainwashed to the point where people are literally trying to stone you to death, and you're not blaming
again?
You're blaming people.
They have no survival instances. These people are so soft. They've never experienced it, and this is one of the points where, like, I was stepping away for a while, and I have to remember. No, this is a war. It's coming. People are gonna die, and you could try and shake these people awake. They're not going to. It's literally going to take even them getting pelted by rocks by these people is not enough to sway them. there is going to have to, and we're at a point, I hate to say it, there is going to have to be bloodshed. A lot of it, a shitload of it, for people to wake the fuck up. And that might still not be enough to save a lot of these people.
That's the thing. I don't think it will be. I really don't think it's going to be enough.
They're that retarded.
Vagabond, you don't have to put it in the comments. You can tell us right here. I'm not making an argument based on religion. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. This was back at the with the banning stuff on the internet or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind. I thought you were just throwing that in there because you weren't having a chance to chime in. This is a good video. Kind of sums it up. Yeah, Herschel was great. What did he say? It's like Herschel in The Walking Dead that never snapped out. Whoa, wait, no. This is a great point. Blue-eyed Scorpio. The symbolism there is actually spot on. What was Herschel doing in season 2 of The Walking Dead? He was taking the walkers and hiding them in the barn and feeding them.
Never mind, you're right.
Knowing how dangerous they were.
Never mind, you're right.
He thought the walkers could be saved. Great point. This is on, I think this is a PTB. Yeah, it is. The two European Amons or whatever the fuck they're called, arguing with an ex-Muslim, now Christian activist. This is a good exchange.
I asked you. Let me finish. I asked you, do you believe I should be killed today?
And I answered you, sir.
Yes or no?
I answered you.
Yes or no?
It's great hearing a fat fucking white guy that converted to Islam arguing with a guy who escaped that ideology and now fears every day for his life. He can never go back home.
Okay, hold on. Tell me who's who, because
yeah. Okay, this guy
I know
here,
the guy in the middle, so it's like that's it.
The guy on the end, he is a former Muslim, now Christian. He speaks out a lot and he gets death threats constantly. He could probably never go back to his home country. And then these are two fat fucking assholes that are leading influencers, and they're basically white convert Muslims.
Oh dear God. So the race traders. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Corn is bad. I think it contributes to lower birth rates. Yeah, but I do realize the logic behind it would be used against me on other topics. All right.
Oh, okay. I answered you.
I think you said yes.
You want me to
I said. Yeah, you answered me.
In a proper Islamic jurisdiction.
Yeah.
And these guys are arguing for Sharia law. It's better than any other legal practice that we have in the West.
An Islamic nation, all of the laws of Islam and the Sharia as revealed by God should be applied.
So if we were in that kind of state, would you do it?
Including
I'm not the one that
with proper due process, with a proper court hearing, just like any.
Oh, we know how good they are at due process.
Fuck off. No. That is bullshit. Y'all would kill
Yeah, how many honor killings get a due process?
Well, what they're doing is they're gaslighting us, because
we
know
people are enough to believe it too. Most people, the majority, the average person, the average middle of the road person buys this. Like
this is why I'm going to say it right now. Freedom of religion was a big fucking mistake. Because this is not even a religion.
You will never be able to convince me that their entire ideology is not built on savagery. It is.
Well, okay. I don't think it's not the freedom of religion that's the problem. There's folks that are willfully ignorant, right? So,
useful idiots. That's what they are.
Yeah. So, example, the trans for Islam or some Pakistan and shit, right?
Yeah.
That's always been funny.
It's those folks that are allowing this shit to happen, actually, more than it's the people who actually practice Islam, right? So, as much as we're like, oh, this is bad because of this, and this, and it doesn't work in the United States, keep that shit in Saudi Arabia or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got these motherfuckers over here be like, no, you got to, and then they're like waving the rainbow flag and have like the whatever Pakistan flag.
It just drives me fucking crazy. Like, do they not realize that if they tried that shit, they don't drag their fucking carcasses behind a truck?
It is willful ignorance. Hold on, because we've seen it happen before in Iran. It was the leftist anti-capitalist commies that hitched their wagon to radical Islam because he was also promising a communist utopia for them once he got into power. They will gladly take on any allies. It's part of their scripture. They're allowed to do this. They can take on people that they disagree with fully, as long as it helps them get into power. Then they'll just kill them afterwards. It's fine.
Like, for example, like if you go to a trans or gay person that's like willfully ignorant and they're talking about I keep calling it
Palestine,
Pakistan, same thing. But okay, so you tell them like, hey, if you were there, they're either going to stone you to death or throw you off the top of a roof of a building and shit, right? But because I'm a capitalist or some shit, they're going to be like, ignore everything I just said, even if there was proof in their face, because we see them time and time, even when you give them proof, they ignore your proof in order for, because they always have to make you seem wrong and evil.
They don't care about being right. They care about feeling that they're right and doing the right thing and being a good person. Being a good person, to me, their standards or whatever the current thing is, they don't fucking believe. Once you actually sit down and talk to these people, they don't believe in fucking anything. Nothing. Void. If shooting people in broad daylight was seen as the righteous thing to do, they would parade for it and cheer for it. These people don't fucking believe in anything.
They are parading for it. They are cheering for it.
I said that as exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration.
You know, there's this excellent YouTube channel called Mentis Wave, and one of his common points is the liberal mindset is being in the anti-bad guy, good guy club. That's all they are. They're in the anti-bad guy, good guy club.
Yeah. Well, the other problem too, I think here's the reason why it's spreading in the United States a little bit outside the lunatics on the outside. Is that it's our prison system too, right? So you have a lot of you notice you have a lot of people converting to Islam in prison.
Oh yeah.
And I think the reasoning behind that is because what was it, like there's like a because even my ex that's in prison, she's converted into Islam, right? And I think what it is they're allowed to fester and communicate in there in a certain ways or whatever that kind of like where it's like, oh, well, if you convert to this, then all your past wrongdoings will pretty much go away and you can just come to this thing now. And I think that's what it is. They find the most vulnerable people and absorb them that way pretty much.
Yeah, that's how cults operate.
That's always how they've operated. That's always how they've operated and always how they will operate. Look at Jim Jones. Look at the smaller scale ones that we've experienced.
But like most people in the United States that have converted was because they were locked up at some point of their time.
Yes, and it's not just that though. That's a great point. They also prey on communist ideology,
and most communists are fucking mentally ill people that are at college that have.
And most communists are also criminals that have been to jail too.
Or if not, they will.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this video real quick.
Nation of laws. The laws of the Sharia should be applied, including the death penalty for not only apostates but also blasphemers.
You didn't answer me, yes or no?
We did answer.
Yes, we did answer.
Yeah, so I should be killed.
We did answer.
I deserve to.
They said yes. They're just kind of like, we did say that. We're just gonna spout a bunch of other bullshit so it sounds more pretty.
Yep.
Put a little sugar on top.
To be killed because I left Islam and became a Christian.
According to Islamic law, an apostate like you would be killed.
Okay, thank you.
And according to
let me. This is a fallacy. This is a fallacy.
Robert,
too cocky. Like you want to say you have it too. It's a fallacy. I asked.
Another good one to follow is the son of one of the head Hamas people, because he just calls it exactly what it is. No, it is a murderous death cult, and if they have their way, they will kill all of you. You need to be afraid. So it's like, Islamophobia is a great word. Be afraid of Islam.
Yeah, I'll say it on air. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking Islamophobic. Sure, go ahead. Does that mean and they'll be like, does that mean you hate everyone that Muslim? Of course fucking not. I've met some great people that are Muslim. I've had friends that are, but I am scared of your religion. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm terrified of your religion. And for the record, most people who believe in anything disagree with all other religions. Otherwise, you don't have a religion.
Mhm.
I disagree with every religion that's not. I'm Christian, which means I don't agree with your others. Does that mean I hate all other religions? No. Does that mean I hate everyone who practices their religions? No. But the thing is, I shouldn't even have to clarify that. And even if I say that, that's going to fall on deaf ears. They don't care. They don't fucking care. I don't even know why I bother clarifying. It doesn't matter. They're going to call me a Nazi and kill me and parade about it anyway.
I'll just say this. Outside of trying to like just talk bad about Islam or whatever, Sharia law goes against our Constitution.
Yep.
Oh,
That's right.
So you can believe whatever the fuck you want to fucking
communists
believe.
hate the Constitution anyway,
Right.
so they'll tear it down by any means necessary.
Yes, and that's why they are so, sucking at the tit of Islam right now, because they see that as a way to destroy the American Constitution, and it's just so fucking wild, man. Fuck, where's the point? Where's I going with this? I got distracted because Abe made me laugh with Islam is very poopy. Thanks, buddy. You just killed my fucking brainwaves. Oh fuck.
Well, that's okay. We got Mr. Awesome Scott over in Rumble. He likes tacos.
Awesome.
So.
Do you want to talk
It is.
about it?
Oh, now I remember. What's wild is the kind of almost radically atheist people. They're so fucking against all religions except Islam. Why is that? And
Because
I'll
they're scared
admit,
of
I was just on the fringe in my late, cringe teenage, early 20 years of being one of those fucking atheist assholes. And then I was like, okay. And then I kind of realized that this is retarded. Became more agnostic. Now I'm just kind of in that like weird religiously homeless. I don't disbelieve. I don't know what I believe state.
Well, most atheists believe in socialism. That's what it boils down in. That's part one of it. The second part of it is those folks, especially most of the left-leaning atheists, is they're anti-white, and they see Christianity is to them is the most white thing on earth to them. So what's the opposite of Christianity? Is going to be Islam. So that's why they'll vouch for that.
Everything the left does, and this is one of the things you kind of realize, is everything the left does is literally they're because they call everyone else a hate group. Everything they do is driven by their hatred. They hate whiteness as a concept. They hate white people. They hate Trump. They hate They hate Israel. They don't love They don't give a fuck about Palestinian people. Actually, they just say it because they hate Islam. They hate Israel. They don't give a fuck about Islam as a religion. They've never read the texts. They just hate Christianity. They don't love Judaism. They just hate Christianity. They don't love anything. They don't love anyone. They don't have any core beliefs. When you talk to these people, they don't actually believe in anything. And that's why their fucking entire value system changes every couple of months whenever the new iOS update comes out or every new fucking app update, because they don't believe in anything.
Well, okay,
they want to progress. They want to be a better person, whatever the modern standard is. They don't give a fuck if it's consistent.
Like,
and
for
I'm tired
instance,
of it.
Like feminists, right? So they're like down with patriarchy. Islam's the most patriarchal, religion there is, ain't it?
They'll just say no. They'll just deny that. They'll just say no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're wrong.
No. Islam is actually very feminist if you look at it. Like, who believes?
Yeah,
they're so feminist that they make you cover the fuck up and they don't give you any rights.
What was it? It's basically the story where the emperor's naked or the king's naked, and then even though you can see the king's naked,
I saw this video. This shit is sad.
You have to say that the king's not naked, even though the dude's walking around butt naked or whatever.
Emperor's
exactly. Yeah. Yep.
But no.
Yeah, this is the most feminist and religion on earth. Really. Muting that bullshit.
Yeah.
He probably went and beat her ass.
Are you fucking kidding me with this?
Nope.
No, this is what they do.
This is exactly it. Now the thing is they keep using and I've seen this a few times pop up where they will show a woman in a burqa and then opposed to a Catholic nun. And they're trying to say, well, this is the same thing. No. The burqa is forced on every single woman. A nun chooses to wear and be a nun.
Yes, and guess what? Nuns don't get fucking have rocks thrown at them until they fucking die for taking off their shit.
Yeah.
You can see a nun not wearing their traditional garb. Nuns weren't killed even back then. Like, if you want to go back into that's another thing. It's like, oh, well, Christians used to do all the stoning and shit too. Yeah, we don't anymore, motherfucker.
Yeah, they acknowledged it was wrong. When was that stoning video?
Fuck off, Nate. I got to kick Nate for that.
Oh, what'd he say?
That's kidding.
He's like, we could bring it back.
Hey, I'm all for dressing up in armor and getting a sword and going crusading. Come on.
Well, I am for the crusades. Yes.
The other thing, like the willfully ignorant, right? So when it comes to slavery, right? So they'll be like, oh, well, people who were Christians are the ones that did slavery. Well, there's a land, what was it called? The Arabian slave trade, and that's when they got to East Africa and stuff. Totally crickets when it comes to that. Where's the reparations there? So then and that's how you got Islam into Africa in the first place. And as much as the anti-Christians want to be like, well, because of slavery and stuff, they forced Christianity to Africans. Well, do you seen that video where it was like one of those progressive white dudes arguing, and then there was a black guy that came up where it was like, well, actually, what about the Christianity in Ethiopia or whatever? And the guy like totally shut the fuck up.
Oh, real quick, student gone. No stoning has been recorded. I might be what I've heard that argument before. Again, I'm not a religious scholar by any means. I'm a novice. I'd like to be more. I'm working on my knowledge of it. I'm a I would think it would probably be more the Old Testament where there was some more stonings and stuff.
I don't think
my point is all. I could be, that could be that could just be some liberal Islamic propaganda. Now,
unless you count Cain and Abel, he stoned the fuck out of his brother.
Yeah, but that was
also considered murder. That was also considered a murder.
Yeah, I
know. Okay, so you guys familiar with Andrew Wilson?
But wait, hang on. Isn't Cain still alive?
That is the legend. That he is still alive. That
Where do you think he's at, man?
Depends on what mythology you're looking at. He's a great playable character in the Legacy of Kain Vampire series games. He's also Dracula in Dracula 2000. Underrated movie.
But his wife Rachel Wilson does a debate with like some feminists that goes over some of these same talking points. It's pretty good. So I've been on an Andrew Wilson binge watch.
Both. Sorry, I had to respond to Devastator. If a Muslim slaps his wife, is it domestic violence or child abuse? Usually both.
But we mentioned the great little feminist concerns. Remember, feminists have convinced themselves Muslims have chosen to be this way. They have chosen this lifestyle. Feminists
Isn't that
don't
victim
care.
blaming?
No,
never mind. I
not
forgot they
victims.
don't. I don't know why you're not. Yeah, I'm trying to like use logic and reasoning with feminists. Repeal the 19th. Fuck them. Bye, bitch. I don't know.
In that order, we repeal and then we fuck. I agree.
84% of them. 84% of them voted for Mamdani in my age range. Like that is such like a like I'm genuinely so like that. That's like get the fuck out of here. Save up money. Get the fuck unfuckable.
This kind of shit is why I've disowned my entire generation, pretty much.
Dude, it's so bad.
Only
I know
half.
it's like in the Christian nature to like save people. It's an uphill battle, bro.
Remember, Vaughn, it was also in Jesus's nature to flip tables and pull out the whip when he got pissed off enough.
Right, but he didn't.
Righteous fury, Vaughn.
Oh, I have a lot of that, I'll tell you.
Me too,
Hey,
yeah.
shout out D-Day to our wolf fella, degenerate in the chat.
Yep.
Remember, you cannot save
Most
those.
of the women's problems they actually vote for in the first place.
Yeah, but then they deny it and blame it on the patriarchy and the broken system. and men go along with it because they want pussy. Stop validating these dumb whores. I'm done with it. I'm done with this shit. All right,
but the world would end without.
You know what I miss in movies? Remember when you used to have female characters that could just be dumb whores? Can we bring that back?
Yeah.
Why can't the character like everyone's like, oh well, this woman was this, but this portrayal was problematic. No, some women are just dumb whores, and we're allowed.
Oh, you're a big fan of old Wonder Woman.
No, I think what he's talking about. If I'm wrong, Vaughn, I just got back. I had to pee urgently.
There's so many examples.
So like an 80s movie where the girl that the guy likes in the beginning, that's just a complete dumb whore. And then he realizes, the hot chick that they just made look slightly less hot, usually a brunette, was the better choice all along. And then he just fucking smacks off the stupid dumb whore. Teen Wolf is a great example. Michael Keaton's Teen Wolf. I love that movie too, dude.
But it's always sexist portrayals to women. No, it's not. Some women are just fucking stupid and need to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Some women are
because
great.
like all human beings, some people are just fucking terrible.
Dude, It's a Wonderful Life, okay? There's the duality of man. Do we go with the blonde chick? I forget her name. Or do we go with Donna Reed? No.
Well, I'm going to defend what Vaughn's saying, too. Because, so at the same time, it was like, if the woman didn't really need to vote or she just needed to be in the house or whatever, even if she was dumb as a sack of rocks, it didn't matter.
I got it. So to address D-Day Wirewolf, could you send me some of those ads? I know Theo would like to know.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, I mean, sometimes a guy just wants the hottest action he can get. So it's not about the chick's knowledge or whatever. Like you think Conan the Barbarian is like, looking for the smartest chick he can find.
I must know your opinions of social and political issues before we move forward. I want to make sure our values are aligned.
Dude, literally just don't be a communist. That's all I ask. That's too hard. That's too high of a bar in New York City. Fucking kill me.
I think expecting, if we're going to go into some touch grass territory and talk about relationships, I really think it's, especially young people have this expectation that you have to align perfectly on every single thing, including interests. No, that's part of the fun, is that you don't. Eventually you realize you like some of the weird shit she likes that you didn't think you would. She ends up liking some of the nerdy or fucking stupid shit that you're into.
Well, the best thing,
and then there's other times when you just don't, and that gives you a reason to get away from each other for a little bit, because that's important to a relationship too.
Yeah, and another thing too is, and this is the thing I've kind of realized, like a lot of these super liberal types are very damaged people, and they deep down, they'll never fucking admit it. They want a guy like me or like Nate or whatever to come in and fix them.
Wow.
But you know what the truth is? Or Arza. You know what the truth is? I'm fucking sick of fixing bitches. I've had enough. I want to go, but I'm not. But you know what? I know God is going to keep using me to do it. And I want to say, I love you, God, but like, can you just I've had it. There's only so much I could take.
That's what's wild, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a minute. I want to, and don't take this the wrong way, but if we all went to if you guys were born in my decade of the 90s, like that's when you went to high school, graduated in like 2000 or 2001, somewhere in there, you guys would have done just fine the whole time.
I'm not disagreeing.
No problem at all.
Well, let's also we are the people we are today. We wouldn't have been in the 80s because society was so much.
I said the 90s, motherfucker. I'm not that old.
70s? I meant the 90s. That's my bad.
Who made the ages comment? Was that Arza?
Who do you think?
It's always Arza.
Okay, we fixed that problem.
But if we lived in the 90s, we wouldn't be in this issue where we aren't wanting to engage with women. We wouldn't have the issue.
No, you'd be at the age like we are right now, that we're like, damn kids, get off my lawn. That's where you'd be at now.
You know, I'm at that. Is it bad that I'm at that fucking point?
Well, no, because like
I've noticed that a lot of you young guys have the mentality already of jaded old men, and that's so fucking sad to see. I see it a lot. Like, come on.
I mean, you're not
it's
wrong.
Not
I mean, you're not wrong. I don't even like
No, I'm
going out
not.
and interacting with people in public.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and that's so fucking important. That's why I try to drill it down.
But
Well,
on the
I think
opposite
'cause-
side, can you blame me though? People are fucking nuts.
Okay, hold on. I think I can explain this. So, like, for me, Iron, and Drunken and stuff, right? Like, we had the mall culture. Like, anyone,
arcade culture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man. Okay, so my arcade was Bullwinkles. If anyone knows that, I talk about that shit.
I remember Bullwinkles. I knew of it. I never got to go to one, unfortunately. Mine was just a local arcade called Quarters, and it lasted until about 2011. It still kicked around.
Well, okay, so here's my argument, right? So now, going outside for Gen Z and alphas like almost non-existent now, right? Unless it's for like a TikTok challenge. Outside of that, like for us, we had toys to play with that were new IPs or trying to be new IPs. If you go to try to go buy a toy now for kids, it's all like catered to millennials and older.
Yep, it's exactly. You don't see kids. You don't even suspect the people in the shop in the toy aisle, especially the action figure aisle, are shopping for kids. Everything is there, nostalgia baiting old fucks like me and other older people just buying it as collectibles. They're not marketed at kids anymore because all kids are doing it's the tablets and everything else. There's no.
Remember, the mall culture is gone now, right? Because it used to be, hey, outside of school, it's like, okay, I want to go meet some chicks. I go to the fucking mall. Either you get dropped, take the bus, or whatever you do. You hang out the mall for like fucking hours. You know, like you barely.
You talk to every girl that looks about your age until you go home with a phone number.
I mean, here's the thing.
That was just what you did.
Well, I still do. I still do.
Well,
that when I'm at a bar. I always I'll go talk to every girl in the bar. That's normal. Get some phone numbers, whatever. But it's like,
well, I'm outside of the bar.
Were they all communists?
School, right? What were you doing?
Yeah, that's true.
Literally, what I'm saying, who is there out there that's worth someone like me, Vaughn, or Nate going and talking to?
Still talk to all them. Arza.
Somebody send out the Theo bat symbol. Snodgrass, we need you to get in here.
Well, okay.
So real quick, I gotta say that
Emerald.
I gotta push back just a little bit. There are toys, new IPs being marketed for the younger generation. Okay, so I mean, it's not it. Now, granted, yes, there are a lot of toys that because Lego specifically with all these expensive, huge builds, but they're still pushing new IPs for kids.
All right, let's see what it is.
It's the Quality Learning Center playset, the place where kids can't read good, but the cash sure does. Watch the money counter, watch the grants roll in.
Guard the door.
Deploy the fully armed Somalian security figure. He's got the place on lock. Daring government audits and massive actions. From Starwave Toys, it's the Quality Learning Center place.
But okay, so
that G.I. Joe looked a little like Vagabond. I'm just saying.
Oh, but so for the
put a cat on his head.
So like for all this older guys, right? So the mall, you would go there during middle school and high school, just looking for chicks. You weren't looking to see what opinion they had. Like I never care. I just looked for the hottest chick that I was interested in. Whatever she thought about what her day was didn't cross my mind one bit whatsoever. That's a modern problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, back in the day when you were looking for chicks, you weren't looking for her opinions.
Dude, Vagabond, I got to push back on that a little bit because chicks back then weren't as fucking crazy either.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Most of the time, you would find out what their opinions are, and you'd be like, "Oh fuck, no, I'm not messing with this anymore."
All the women I have dated have been borderline mentally ill. It's
yes, but Iron. Usually we found out about that after we've gotten our dicks wet, and then there's a pregnancy scared, and that's when we find out how nuts they are. And then when they find out they're not pregnant, we're like, "Fuck yeah, finally, okay, I'm out. See you later."
New rule. You can say so many bad words on my YouTube channel. One thing I never want to hear again is got my dick wet on my
you're not used to that.
That's just a personal motherfucker, how long have you been married? And by the way, I did just fine through high school since then. God, because back then you did that's the other thing. All you had to do was make the best with what you got, and everybody did just fucking fine. There was more than enough to go around.
Well,
I am not tall.
The other thing was like you weren't. What I'm saying is you weren't caring about the political opinion. It was like, okay, the chick you started going out with would have been like, okay, the chick's into vampires or some shit. You're like, okay, that's different, and that was it.
Vagabond, I found that I get better results from women when you kind of talk to them like, and I'm it's gonna sound fucked up.
Like a person,
like they're a retarded child. And you go, oh, that's nice.
Theo would endorse.
Seriously, if the girl says an opinion on something, like I'm like, oh, that's nice.
I'm gonna send Theo the link just in case. If he's up, Theo, if you're watching, you can join with your camera, but
somewhere Theo I'm about to head out, but because this is gonna.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we're pass out. But on that note, that's I genuinely it yields. If you have like, I used to think like, oh, women, they're my intellectual equals, which I do want to marry one, but I found I have a better time at bars, like hooking up and whatever. If I just talk to them like they're fucking retarded.
Well, the other thing, like, back in the day, all right, we'll see, Yvonne.
Let's see.
Well,
all right.
Back in the day, you weren't thinking that like you weren't trying to have the chick do an IQ test. It was like who was hot enough for me to go with or whatever.
Well,
and that was it.
Well, the fucked up thing for me is like my generation just got it. By the time I got to high school, that's when I really think just a lot of the really bad shit, insane stuff that we see affecting, modern women started to really come into play because, girls in my school, all they wanted to do was talk about politics. And a lot of them, and the fucked up thing is I live in a really like mixed area of the state. So there's a lot of rich people going there, a lot of poor people going there. And the thing is, I just had... Everywhere I looked, I just did not see anything that appealed to me at all. I just kind of sat in the corner and like kept my fucking self the whole time.
I want to jump on something real quick, Nate. Every girl in your age group wants to talk about politics. There's a reason for that. They have been injecting politics into primarily like all media, but they did it heavily into female media. I know this because I started watching some of these shows like with my wife that are coded toward women. And it's obscene. They went heavy on their shit first and then started to drip it into the male brands as well. And then they decided, well, fuck it. We'll just turn the male brands into girl brands and turn all the men into women.
No. Well, and the fucking thing is, I kept to myself. People thought it was fucking weird for that. Like, you don't know how many times I got called weird just because I sat in the corner and read books and minded my own fucking business. Hey, why don't you talk to somebody? I'm reading a book. Leave me the fuck alone.
But there's also another avenue to this. I mean, what people are calling the male loneliness epidemic. Why would I go? I'm going to go talk to a girl to try and court her. Okay. She's now my friend. We're talking for a little.
Right.
Yeah. Derailed the whole show, right? All right. Arza, finish up your point.
If I'm trying to court a girl and, okay, we're friendly, we're talking. Well, now if I ask her out and she says no, I'm back to one less friend. I could keep her as a friend so I have friends. Yippee. Or I can risk losing her or risk having a girlfriend. Having no girlfriend but a friend is better than having no friend and no girlfriend.
Why do you think I got you fuckers? No, just kidding.
I like how you worded that, risk having a girlfriend.
Yeah. So...
Oh man, I have that.
The big thing you have to learn is life is risk. All of it's risk. But what's a bigger risk is not being off yourself, being authentic to who you are and standing up for your own original ideals and thoughts and trying to make somebody else make you feel ashamed for it.
Real quickly, I need to fix something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's such I mean,
And you know, the thing is, for me, I'm not afraid of being ashamed. I don't give a fuck what some random bitch with an Instagram thinks about me. I don't care. My thing is, I don't want to fuck around and end up with the wrong chick, and she's got me on lockdown for life, just making my life a living fucking hell. And she's the biggest bitch walking God's green earth. That's my biggest fear.
Hey, no. But Nate, don't worry. We still live in an age that we have no fault divorce.
God, and I mean, the biggest fucking pussy thing I hear about all this is like, it's just safer not to try at all ever. It's like, for God's sake, most of these women could be awful, and the one I talked to could be really terrible. And it's not just you guys on the panel. I'm having this conversation with other friends as well. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean you don't take the fucking risk.
I take the risk. I just don't find anything.
I know it's frustrating. I understand where you guys are coming from, because it is a different world now.
Yeah. Well,
but
what's funny is most of the more genuine.
You could be a part of the group that fixes it.
Yeah. Well, most of the
not just for yourselves, but for everyone going forward.
The more genuine conversations I have with women, it mostly takes place when I'm out and about going to the fucking grocery.
That's a great. That works.
How can I fix this generation? Do you see any mogging going on here? I've got no chance.
Yeah,
I haven't looked my maxing.
Yeah, maxing and mogging's gay conspiracy. It's not a thing. It's just, dude, that's just some narcissist who got a little popular for, very.
Now, I don't want to sound like a queer or nothing, but I'd kind of like to make love to you tonight.
Look, just because we have the world's first trans man-to-man.
I'm done with this shit. Okay, Theo will be back on the 9th for you fucking guys that are. Jesus Christ, this is Touch Grass Withdrawal Ironcast edition. Fuck. God damn it.
Theo, tell me how to talk to a woman.
Oh, we need you, Theo.
To get us a little bit back to actual news. So we were talking about this earlier with Islam. We're talking about the American people getting sick of it. And again, this is kind of getting closer and closer to the Bubba fact. So this happened in Portland, where Americans are just getting fed up. Guy just walking on the street. It's not harassed.
Yeah. Fuck him up. Yeah. Pause real quick.
I will say I didn't know Theo was in Portland.
What's crazy is you notice the police only got involved when he got frustrated enough to lash out against them.
Yep.
We don't know what led it. Like he had already had that other little masked fucking they, them, it, whatever right in front of him. They're pushing people too far. Like they've already become violent and they feel like they're entitled to violence.
Yep.
They're emboldened. They are allowed to do whatever they want without consequences always. If enough people just got done. I mean, they could even, how big's the police force in Portland? Do you think they could handle if everybody that got fed up that much?
Oh, fuck no.
Well, the police force in Portland would break a nail because they've been doing some rainbow shit.
Yeah.
They would have if everyone finally just snapped and lost their fucking minds at the same time, they'd have to call in the National Guard to try and ring that shit.
That's what I'm saying. The powder keg is getting bad, and I'm not advocating for it. I'm just calling it for what I'm seeing. And it's going to go one of two ways. Either the powder keg's going to explode and people are going to start lashing out against this shit. And they'll try to arrest people, and then more people will come out getting angry about that. And it just keep going, or they'll snuff it out.
Isn't California supposed to hit $12 a gallon gas or some shit?
They haven't already.
Well, okay. So being that this is the first show of the new year and for predictions, I'm going to say that unfortunately, because the trajectory that we are on, the powder keg, especially with the midterms coming up, is going to go off.
Well, I was going to say, and I'm with Iron. I'm not advocating for that to ever, because I don't think it's going to solve anything in the long run.
I'm not saying
but do you think it's necessary? Like, do you think maybe that needs to happen to kind of get us going in the right direction?
No, I'm saying that the American people are going, especially because when we get back to warmer months, the left already emboldened because nothing's happening to them are going to go off the hook. The American people are going to see again another summer of love with the George Floyd riots. They're going to be worse this time, and Democrats are going to side with the left protesters that are extremely violent, burning down cities again, and then the right is finally just gonna hit their breaking point.
Yeah,
I think that's going to happen this year.
Or we'll have, God forbid, another Charlie Kirk moment.
Well,
somebody else.
Kind of different. This is what I kind of think instead is okay. So like right now in was it Arco or Valero is trying to leave California because they got new laws trying to increase taxes on the gasoline again, and Gavin Newsom is trying to stop them, whatever. So I think what it's going to happen is red states and cities need to hold their ground and just not let anyone just move up in there, while the blue states and cities are just going to start going more and more to shit. And I think
they're going to eat each other.
Oh, yeah. Bring that back up real quick, Emerald. I want to finish watching that video because we just got to that one point. I do like the conclusion.
Seriously, does Theo have a giga chat I don't know about?
So it was Duncan McLeod versus fucking Tranny Steve
versus Chris Chan.
The change is going to have to happen in blue cities. It's not going to happen in red cities and states. So that's where that's what's going to have to happen. To where
the crackdown has to happen in red states that have these major blue cities.
Blue cities.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to get at. I think that the frustration is going to be. Think about it. All of these blue states just have one big blue city that tells the rest of the state what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Eventually, the rest of that state that outpopulates them, no matter what they think, they collectively they do.
Yeah.
Are going to get pissed, and we might see fucking civil conflict at state levels.
I don't think I think it's going to be within the blue cities themselves. So, like the people who like, because here's my thing: a lot of these blue cities are also ones that are cheating in votes or whatever.
Yes, all of them, every single one.
And so, I think the people who are red in those cities, and like, okay, for instance, California, I don't believe anyone really voted Gavin Newsom in every single fucking time. They really wanted that motherfucker out. But there's a lot of cheating and shenanigans that went on to where, of course, that guy is still in. So what I think it is there's going to be more food deserts and shit once California loses and they do eventually go to $12 a gallon gas, and someone's like, well, I can't just drive my car, and you're forcing me to drive an electric that costs like $80,000 or some bullshit. I think that's where the power keg is going to happen, and eventually folks are going to wake up and be like, well, not everyone, but there will be folks that wake up and be like, maybe it's better off to go towards the red or a little somewhat towards it as opposed to.
But if the red does nothing about it, that's the other problem.
I think, no offense to people who are in the red, I think a lot of people in the red are too complacent to do anything right now.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that 100%.
Well, it's like Iron said too. We could also see like another Charlie Kirk situation that just kind of tips the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because like for like say people in my county is a red county, but shit that's happening in California that's not really affecting my county, we're just don't care. So it's like, so what's the motivation to do anything if my county's fine? I think a lot of if you're in Polk County, Florida, and with your sheriff is Grady Judd, who's based and shit, and you know, everything's fine for you. Who gives a fuck of what's happening in Portland, Oregon? It's
That's
just,
right. And that is the problem. People from blue counties go out and fucking send their little people everywhere to recruit more revolutionary communists. Red people just like, nope, as long as we're left alone, we don't care. That is the problem. They're not going out there. Hey, the problem is right next door and it's spreading.
Yeah, like
and they don't do anything about it.
The summer of love and all that stuff that happened. Where I was perfectly fine. Like, I don't live in Atlanta, and so all the shit that happens in Atlanta doesn't really affect me. I just I go outside my door and piss outside my in my grassy yard and shit, and then I'm
shoot your gun in the air afterwards.
Yeah, like nothing happens to me. So it's like
it's so great.
So I think that's part of the problem. Is like, okay, well, why should I fucking care what happens in California if nothing's happened to me?
See, I think we need a petition to make Vagabond with Cat on his head. This Uncle Sam is outdated. Vagabond right here represents real American freedom. Look at this motherfucker.
Gentrifying our Uncle Sam?
Yeah, I got cats and anime shit behind my back, whatever.
You're right. Fuck yeah, that's freedom.
My area is nothing but just angry fucking rednecks. Like, they ain't ever bringing that shit over here.
My area.
My point is, how long before the angry rednecks decide they've seen enough on the news and the problems the big city that is controlling your entire state? Because I know your state's controlled by that too, Nate.
Yeah.
They decide, fuck it, and they go and get angry in the city.
Well,
I think it's the biggest
boom, motherfucker.
Well, here I think in specifically here in the state of Washington, because we're ruled by the Sound, which is your Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia area. What will drive the red counties to them move in is if the cities start expanding out, actually moving people going out to start like raiding. When the problems start moving actually into those, that's when you're going to have the conflict. As long as it's staying kind of centralized, then I don't think you're going to quite have them move in to do something about it. Even though the state is still blue because of those high populated areas where they're cheating, it doesn't really, I think you're going to see again what already happened in Oregon, which they voted to leave leave Oregon and with those counties to move to Idaho. I mean, in all actuality, if the left claims to love democracy so much, the people have voted. I think the moment those counties approved it, they immediately were automatically Idaho. And the sheriffs should immediately go, we are now Idaho and we will follow Idaho laws. The people have spoken, and that is who we now follow and we're now aligned with.
Can we see how this video ends? Like you said, this video ends.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you just trying to get through? That's what I saw.
I love that part. So he gets escorted away with the cops, and so does the fella with the pink scrunchie and the mom jeans.
They're all fat. Yeah. They're all fat and frumpy. Like, God, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, they know they can't take that guy in a fair fight. It's always in numbers.
Yeah,
because
fucking stupid, man. It's just stupid.
Again, I really want to know. I mean, unfortunately, I would almost say this looks a little bit like Theo. Because the
dude, okay,
but he's too tall.
I was gonna say, if Theo was standing next to this guy, we wouldn't even see the top of his head.
Hey, this cop might be 5 foot.
Go on.
Oh no, I'm done. 5 foot.
And to be fair, I think me and Theo are about the same height. So,
okay, maybe 4'9".
Fuck off.
I'm 5'9", so
yeah, I'm like 5'8".
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 5'11".
So if I come out there in April, at least I won't feel entirely intimidated by you guys.
We don't know how this And so we saw them both get escorted by the cops. Considering where it is, they likely would have arrested the Duncan McLeod before they arrested the other one. But
go back to the
we
beginning.
don't know.
What was the thing that triggered this whole thing?
He was just trying to walk through, and they're stopping them to like yell slogans in his face.
Okay, he just wasn't having it, and basically told
Nope.
him to get the fuck out of
Because he just had his groceries. Because he says in the thing, it's like I just had groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if somebody tried to do that shit to me, I'd probably throw hands too. It's like, get the fuck out
And
of
what
my
they're
way.
doing right now during the holiday season, they're targeting areas that have high volume for like Christmas shopping, or during Hanukkah, they were going to high volume areas where they were doing their celebrations and harassing and fucking getting in people's faces and just trying to get them to like, oh, you get to do something. It's the I'm not touching you fucking method.
Yeah, I think if there is going to be any change, it's going to be the middle of the ground person that's like, hey, they're just trying to enjoy the holidays. They don't care about either side. But then one side is getting in their face all the time, preventing them like, oh, you these guys are, I can't eat Chick-fil-A, or what was it? Did you see that video in Malaysia where it was a Malaysian McDonald's and some people from India flew over?
Oh,
and they ordered a cheeseburger and got mad that it was made of beef. And the ladies yelling at the guy behind the counter for giving her a hamburger that she ordered and didn't tell her that it was made from beef.
What'd she think it was made of?
Well, they do that shit on purpose. This is exactly like what do you guys remember? This was years ago, and this is one of the first things that started all of this bullshit. The gay wedding cake story.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? These two fucking gay guys specifically go out of their way to go to a well-known Christian bakery to order a gay wedding cake.
Oh, wait a minute. Yep, I do remember this.
The bakery, being completely polite, explained that they couldn't do that for them, but then made recommendations of other bakeries that were even better than theirs, and even offered to call ahead so that they wouldn't have to send their specifications. They offered to ask them for price matching to their bakery because they knew them and they were on good terms. They went above and beyond to help these guys out.
That they could buy anything they wanted. We just can't do anything for you custom because it goes against our faith.
Well,
but we can buy regular cake. You can buy cookies. You can buy other baked goods. We're not stopping you from that, but we just cannot do the specific order that you're asking.
Well, it's also like, okay, so I know Iron, you could speak to this too, where I wasn't really into politics at all. And then the only reason why I got fucking involved is because these motherfuckers are getting in front of my face for bullshit. And it's affecting the shit that I wanted to do.
Motherfuckers,
you know,
cat's
the cat just stretched the legs. No, you're right. You're right. No, I was mildly like, I tried to avoid politics just because I didn't like or care about it. It wasn't until it got forced on me. So yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, but back to go ahead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like, I don't think people on the red is going to make really a difference. It's going to be the middle of the road Joe that's like, hey, I'm just trying to live my fucking life. Oh shit, gas is now $12 a gallon because of this stupid fucking law over here. Then you go through something else. Oh well, I can't have what was I think in the UK, right? They have like a law where it's like you can't get enough sodas that you want, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like what was it? You can't get refills or something. Like it's just gonna be all these minor inconveniences.
Nanny state laws.
Also, in London, you're also during the celebration of Ramadan or whatever the bullshit is, where the Muslims are fasting. You're not allowed to eat in public, and they close down all of the patio dining, even though it's they only have a very small window of time when it's actually nice enough to eat outside. Unless this is bullshit. Now we do have Abe is in the Abe is in the chat, so tell me if I'm wrong. But what I heard was that they fucking shut down to where you can't eat in public, and they shut off the patio dining, and you're not allowed to eat on a bus because to be conscious and, you know, considerate of the Muslim community.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. But the more inconveniences that that radicalizes you, right? Because it's like you get more angry and until you. That's why I think the middle of the road person that's not on either side. They're just trying to live their life, and they just happen to be in a blue city or whatever. I think they're going to be like, I don't think it's going to be a civil war like a lot of people are saying. I think it's going to be the middle of the road people that like, hey, okay, I'm getting this inconvenience. California's banning, you can't get gas powered lawn equipment anymore, so you got to use electric. Mind you, I have one of those Ryobi weed whacker shits that you can put the little chainsaw thing at the end. My battery died because it was fucking cold outside. So now I'm like, I can't even. There's a tree branch I want to cut and I can't cut it, and I should just have gas powered in the first place.
Wait, you can't buy the gas powered ones?
Oh, I can. I'm just saying. But California is making a law. You can't do. You can't. They can't sell.
Okay, in California, you can't. Yeah, you can't buy in. Yeah, electric yard working equipment does not work.
Yeah.
Period.
So, like, but what I'm saying is, it's all these minor inconveniences, and eventually, it's going to blow the lid on some folks and be like, you know what? I can't take this fucking bullshit, fucking laws anymore, or whatever, right? And I think that's where the change is going to be. People in red states are doing fine. Nothing's going to happen there. They're not going to be the initiative change force for shit to happen.
Well, it's the same.
It's going to be the people in the middle. I can kind of see that.
It's the same with all shitification. You know, movies, streaming services, video games. It's all getting progressively worse. And sure, you have some people who are just going to consume the slop, consume products, and you set up your next product. But most people aren't capable of just consuming product. They're going to get burned out. They're going to get tired. And you're going to radicalize a whole lot of them because they aren't going to put up with just slop content.
They make The Last of Us Part 3.
Like, even the eggs shit. Like, remember where people in California were talking about like $12 a carton of eggs and shit?
Yeah.
That didn't even happen where I'm at. No. Eggs did go up a bit, but you could still get a dozen of eggs for around $3 or less.
It only went
highest it got for me in Nevada was $7 at the worst of it.
Well, see, like that didn't even happen here. Like, the whole egg problem was like, that was a blue city problem. I had like, unless I was like, eggs for me didn't even go past $4 a dozen eggs, and so it was like, if I was oblivious to everything going on, what change or what thing's gonna make me go, oh, I need to fight for some change to happen?
That's the problem. Yeah, we need to get people that are complacent in red counties, just thinking, well, it doesn't affect me. I'm not seeing any of these problems to get fucking involved, because the problems will affect you sooner or later. That's the fucking point. It will. All right. On that uplifting note. Go ahead.
Real briefly, before we close out, this is what I'm talking about. It's getting to this point now. Now, this is in Denmark, and some Islamists were provoking installing tents with loudspeakers 20 meters away from the Christmas tree. So the Danes reacted by installing a sign that says "Fuck Islam," and we're burning Qurans.
Good.
You should.
By the way, I love the pictures we're seeing of people who are putting bacon inside of Qurans. It's kind of based.
You know what? I'm gonna get some biscuits and gravy and bacon tomorrow.
Yep. Well, and then we got the bullshit, and that's great. But then Florida, that's supposed to be a fucking red state, is prosecuting a kid for doing nothing more than standing next to some Islamic guys at a college, yelling, preaching on their loudspeaker, doing their thing and praying, just standing there eating a pork chop sandwich.
What?
Arrested for a hate crime in Florida.
Yep.
Florida. What city was it in?
A blue city, but still.
Yeah, it's a blue city. That's the That's again where it comes down to.
It's where a college was. So of course, fucking colleges need to fucking go away completely.
And this
gone.
is again where I think the conflict is going to happen in red states with a blue center, a major city that's blue inside a red state. That's where it's going to happen. It's not going to happen in blue, dominantly blue states. I think it's going to happen in red states with red governors, red state houses.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this is supposed to be a short show. We were only going to go like an hour or so tonight because we started late. I took a nap after work, woke up 30 minutes before I was supposed to actually start the show. But we ended up going for 2.5 hours.
They're going, are we doing a show tonight?
I know. It's like, oh, hey, I'm just waking up, bud. All right. We're going to go around the horn. We'll start down the bottom with young Full Metal Nate. What you got coming up, man? Where can people find you next?
Well, you can find me at Full Metal Nate on YouTube, Rumble, and X. You can also go and follow me at Full Metal Critic now. I am revitalizing the movie channel that I haven't uploaded to in like 2 years. And starting tomorrow, I'm going to be going back to the movies for the first movie of 2026, which is We Bury the Dead, starring Daisy Ridley. Looks like a pretty good return to form for zombie movies. I'm actually looking forward to it.
I've heard nothing about this movie, so I'm excited now.
Apparently, it got a bunch of good buzz at some film festivals, and people said it's really good. So I'm actually looking forward to it.
And that's the thing. I've got nothing against Daisy Ridley.
No, me neither.
She's fine. No, or the Asian chick that played Rose Tico, she's fine. It's the movies themselves that are bad.
But gonna see that tomorrow. Hopefully, gonna have a review up for that by the end of the weekend. So subscribe to Full Metal Critic and check me out over there. Also, Curse of Strahd, not this weekend, but next weekend we will be back for episode 26. So if you're into D&D, or if you're not into D&D, come check us out. We have a lot of fun. We interact with our chat, and me and my friends, Iron Oxide and a couple other people, we just goof off and have a pretty good fucking time.
Awesome. So if you're just a little D curious,
yeah,
you can play D. You can watch these guys play D&D just like in Stranger Things, but even more gay.
Well, a lot more kids dying in my campaign, but but anyway, go check me out there. That's it for me.
Excellent. Arza.
You know, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my account.
Play the music.
Got it.
Arza. No, keep going. Keep going.
I still want to find out what I need to do with my content. Until then, you follow me at Arzachats on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, TikTok, and of course X. And if you have any topics you specifically want me to cover, then send me a DM and I will get to it as soon as possible.
Arza, my heart goes out to you.
That was perfect.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Vagabond.
You guys probably see me all over the place. Next thing I will be is in Devil Made Me Do It's channel on the Beelzebub Hub.
Man alive right here.
And then I will be sometimes a full Aussie podcast if I can get up in time. And then once Theo's show Touch Grass, I'm on Iron Oxides, the weekly Rose Gallery on Saturdays. Not so long because I'm also on the For the Homies podcast after that. And then on Sundays on my channel, I Swear It's Not Hentai podcast on my channel. And I might be doing some other shows. Oh, I got some other plans in work I'm planning to add to my channel. So I'm not just doing something one day a week on my own channel. Well, other than that, if you're into hentai or not into hentai, check me out.
I just sat down. Who the fuck starts a conversation like that?
Excellent. And Drunken Emerald Arrow, producer extraordinaire. Where can people find you next, sir?
Coming up next over on my channel at 7 p.m. PST on Saturday is insert title here. Then on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. PST on my channel is Nerds Covering the News. And in the new year, it will either be next week or the week following will be the new show, which is All the Good Titles Are Taken podcast. And that one's going to be just more or less a solo show or a guest or two. And we are going to pick a video that I have found and react to and talk about.
Excellent. Sounds like a lot of fun. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. You have been watching Ironcast. temporarily touched grass edition, apparently, for fuck's sake.
We needed our fix, and we chose.
But you can find this show here where we do political commentary with as much humor as we can find on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 most nights, PM PST. Friday's a wild card night. That's just if enough people want to do it and we have enough to talk about, we do it or we don't. So it's not, God damn it, get that green bullshit off my fucking screen now. And so we'll see where Friday takes us. Friday's wild card night. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then back to the weekly Rogues Gallery, now rebranded as the Reset, that takes place on Saturdays at 4:30 p.m. PST. So just a couple hours before Flashcast. And Drunken Emerald Arrow's insert title here. You can find us talking about pop culture, nerd shit, and usually with an exciting guest. We'll be back this Saturday, first Rogues of the new year. We're going to keep trying to get some more exciting guests on the show. We'll keep everybody updated as we go. Everything from independent filmmakers, independent to comic book creators, to maybe some other YouTubers that you may have heard of before. We'll see how it goes, and we'll keep it going, keep it pushing. And just, if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe. We are gradually approaching the 1,000 mark. We wanted to hit it before 2026. Didn't quite happen, but we're sitting pretty at 833, so I'm not complaining. I appreciate everybody that watched, and I hope you all turn back in. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm not going to hit the wrong button this time, Emerald. I swear to God.
Jerome, can you tell that piece of shit asshole to fucking get the hell out of here before I fucking kick him in the face?